All right, all right, all right. I am early, and here by myself. Started this live about 45 minutes early. I hope you guys see it because I need to get out of here a little bit early today, man. Anyway, wait for some cats to come on into the chat. Caught y'all on surprise. We got one person in the building. What's up, man? Man, what a good weekend of fights, man. What a good weekend of fights. I'm gonna wait till y'all come up in here. It's probably gonna take y'all a minute to come on in because I just threw it up and I'm starting about 45 minutes earlier than I usually do. But I think I'm gonna start moving my live streams back down to 8 a.m. because I need to get a little bit more time in my day. So I'm gonna be moving my live streams back to 8 a.m. somewhere around 8 a.m. What's up, Andy Gill? Good morning, brother. He said that dude named Dave said just got the notification. Good morning, Fanon. Good morning, bro. David Tassane in the building. What's going on, man? How you feeling? JC Cowboy Network in the building. What's good, man? Cadillac 634 in the dough. What's good, man? Yes, sir. Good morning, Fanon. Bless this channel. Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys. Man, we had some good. Hey, that was some good fights this weekend, weren't there? Those are some good fights. Two good fights. Richardson Hitchens looked really good. My guy Andy Cruz looked like a monster, bro. Andy Cruz out there looking like Floyd Mayweather with them straight right hands just landing on that dude. Bow, bow. He wasn't messing around, wasn't playing around or nothing. Love that performance out of him. What's up, Ray Wallace? Gabe Toss, what's going on? Yeah, Dave Disdain, really entertaining fights, man. Yeah, I'm up early. I'm moving back to 8 a.m. I'm moving my live streams back to 8 a.m. because I got to be more productive, man. I'm trying to get myself to be more productive. And I've been lazy. This 9 a.m. kind of makes me lazy. You said, nah, lopsided, A-side, heavy card. No, it was fun, though. I like to see the fight. I like the fight, though. I like the fight. I like to watch it was actually a fun fight to watch. Shit was worse than top rank cards. I mean, there were definitely some, give it to you fight. But hey, man, yeah, I got Andy. I want to see Andy Cruz fight Raymond Moratala. I enjoyed it. He said every A side got the stoppage. Cherry. Hey, man, beggars can't be choosers, man. I'm telling you, better than watching somebody run around the ring, bro. Yeah, Africa put on a spectacular performance. I thought Africa looked really, really good. I'm going to tell you something, though, man. Devin Haney's a bitch, bro. How is he going to want to fight? What is that? Oh, I'm sorry. I see something on my camera. Andy Cruz will spank Keyshawn. Yeah, that's why Keyshawn don't want that smoke, bro. Tigger Davis, what up, man? He don't want that smoke, bro. I cannot believe that Devin Haney. I'll wait till we get into that, though. I'm going to put chats in the link in the chat today in case y'all want to chop it up about anything. Come on, holler at your boy Fanon. Let's get a panel going. I know it's not easy to get panels at 8 o'clock in the morning, but, it is what it is. Africa needs to call out someone in his weight class and not that bum Haney. Look, man, Haney is in his weight class. What weight class is Haney in? I say let him have it. Africa versus Tio. Dude, it said at 147, though. Devin said he'll do the fight at 147. 147. All of a sudden, Devin Haney can fight at 147. All of a sudden. Anybody want to know why people are okay fighting at 147 now? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Why people are okay with fighting at 147 when they weren't okay with fighting with 147 just last week? Devin Haney was talking about fighting Teofimo Lopez at 145. I find it kind of funny all of a sudden you guys are perfectly happy fighting at 147. All of a sudden there's a weight, all of a sudden they're going to disband the 143 to 145 pound weight class now that Jaron's going to 154. You guys are some punks, man. Come on, man. Devin's last two fight was welterweight. Yeah, they were welterweight, but they weren't at the 147 pound limit. He didn't let the guy he fought come in at 147. It was a catchweight killer. Catchweight killer. He said, of course they don't want to fight Boots. Many don't. Yeah, but they're not many. They're the best of the best. They're the best of the best. They're not many pull-out bandit. There's many people that don't want to fight Jaron Ennis. Like, for example, I don't want to fight Jaron Ennis. I don't want to fight Jaron Ennis because Jaron Ennis will beat me up. And I don't feel like getting beat up by Jaron Ennis. So therefore, I don't want to fight Jaron. That's basically the same reason these other guys don't want to fight him. They don't want to get beaten up. So they don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing. When you're the best, when you say you're the best of the best, you're a once in a lifetime. You're in a once in a lifetime. I don't know who you are, bro. With same old shit. You're going to get up out of here, bro. I don't need no negativity this morning, man. Okay? I don't need any negativity, dog. What is Africa's first name? Richardson Hitchens. His whole name is Richardson Hitchens. I keep saying Richardson Hitchenson. I'm stuck saying Richardson Hitchenson. Richardson. I originally thought his name was Richard Hitchenson, but it's Richardson Hitchens. As competitive as I am, I'd easily fight Boots if I was in those rankings. Hey, let me tell you something. I am a fairly competitive person, but I'm not into getting my ass whooped. Thank you very much. I'm not going to take fights that I can't win. I love the debate. My wife is killing me. My wife found a way to whoop me in every argument, and she is using that shit to her full ability, dog. She don't play. Every single time, she goes straight for it. Bow. No negative unless you're saying, fuck the Haneys. Fuck the Haneys. Pretty much. No negativity in my life. I don't need no negativity today. I don't need your negativity, homie. I don't need your negativity. I need positivity in my life, man. Positivity in my life. And the positivity I need in my life right now is for Jaron to hurry up and drop those belts so then we can see exactly how fast these guys are going to run away from Gary Antoine Russell. Do not doubt for a second that Gary Antoine Russell's presence at 140 pounds is a reason these dudes want to go to 147. But they had Jaron there, so they had to sit in between 140 and 147 into their little bubble weights. You know what I mean? Boots will get better fights at the PBC. I mean, if they go up to 154, he's going to have a lot of great fights. 154 is so stacked. Good morning, brother. You always keep it. Some just don't know boxing. Yeah, some people really don't know boxing. I think I know boxing a good amount. Other than I ain't getting in that ring to get none of them boys with my ass. I'm in the audience, dog. I'm in the audience with the money. I'm a money provider to boxer. I'm not boxing. You ain't whooping my ass. Gary Russell is a problem. I recently saw the Rayo fight, and man, Gary Antoine Russell could become undisputed for sure. Yeah, the only problem sitting in the way of Gary Antoine Russell, the only thing sitting in the way of Gary Antoine Russell, in my personal opinion, only thing standing in the way of Gary Antoine Russell is Alberto Puello. Other than that, I think he got everybody in that division. But it's just that Puello, man, that Puello fight in the back of my mind, man. So in the back of my mind, I'm kind of hoping that Subriel Matias beats Puello. Because if Subriel Matias beats Puello, or if Subriel Matias just shows something that Gary Antoine can get behind and can use against Puello. You know, I mean, no, I like Matias, don't get me wrong, man. But I think Matias is made for Gary Antoine Russell. Subriel Matias is almost perfectly made for Gary Antoine. You got Tio over Antoine? I don't think so, man. Well, I don't know. He's kind of quick. He's got very good footwork, very shifty young guy. You think Teofimo Lopez is going to hurt Gary Antoine? I don't think so. Man, how do I see that fight playing out? Gary Antoine Russell obviously walking his ass down, and Teofimo trying to pot shot and trying to slip. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I got Gary Antoine, bro. I got Gary Antoine because Tio's going to break down. He's going to break Teofimo down, bro. My guy, the phenomenal noob, said, but I thought Devin wants to fight everybody. Shit is hilarious, and I'm glad the bullshit lie died a little while ago. Deceitful and conniving ass Haney family, man. Dude, they are the most conniving they are conniving as shit. Man, get out the sport, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to be able to speak my mind a little bit on this one. I agree with Deem, who blames everything on Bill Haney. Bill Haney, it's like Bill Haney sells shiftlessness. He sells the easy way, the easy route. And these guys are going for the easy route. Let me tell you how we can do this, and you don't got to get hurt, and you don't have to do this, and you don't have to do that. Just make this move and make that move, and just a bunch of bullshit going on, bro. Thank you so much, Phenomenal Nuke, for your support, bro. All this is Bill Haney's fault. Yeah, Deem, I got to go with Deem, bro. Deem said it's all Haney's fault. Let me see how much we can track back to Bill Haney. All right. Call outs when you know damn well you don't have any intention on fighting the guy. Definitely a Bill Haney move. And that got caught by Shakur. Ayo, Dean was cooking when he said that because he ain't lying. It's all Bill's fault that things are how they are. Yeah, man, because, you know, it's like, who was the first one to walk in the room with influenza? You know what I mean? Like, who was the motherfucker walking in the room, wouldn't hacking all over the damn place, wiping their nose? Bill Haney walked in with a virus and everybody caught that shit. I'm telling you, lying is a virus, bro. Lying is a virus, and it's a virus. Once you get that shit in your system, it is hard to get it out, dog. It's hard to break habits, man. And when you get in the habit of just making some shit up, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It's a hard habit to get out of, dog. And then you see other people being successful by just making shit up. So you say, why should I work so hard trying to find real things to talk about? I should just make shit up too. And then so now we have a culture of people just making shit up. And everybody knows, well, we really can't believe anything anybody says because everybody's just making shit up. So absolutely, Bill Haney is to blame for the making up shit culture. Bill makes up rules, just be making shit up off the top of his head, bro. The WB, all Tank has to do is activate his mandatory. All Tank has to do is activate his mandatory. You remember when Bill just out of whole cloth made that shit up? He just said to illustrate Deem's point. Thank you so much for that support, bro. To illustrate Deem's point. Hold on. Brian Norman and Auntie's show, I hope they called Bill and told him Happy Father's Day. Nah, man, seriously, man. They once they started doing that shit, everybody started doing that shit. Hey, what's going on all things? There's even man, you know, these dudes even started AI boxing YouTube channels where they would just make up the lie, and so that they didn't even have to do it themselves. They would just have an automated voice and they would just automate the process of lying to you. You know what I mean? Isaiah YWD said, I just saw an interview with Sean Haney saying Devin didn't run. Who's Sean Haney? Devin is an A side. You have to bring the fight to us. Who is Sean Haney? Devin is the A side. You have to bring the fight to us. No, bro, we're not going to bring the money to you. Your son's that was a terrible fight. I don't think that there's been a worse fight that I've seen somebody in a very long time, bro. His brother. Oh, his little brother just high. His little brother just on that THC. His little brother on that THC, bro. He on that THC, bro. Don't worry about him. That's not meant to be taken seriously, bro. That they're the A side, you got to bring the fight to him? No, you do not. Devin Haney is not a champion, Sean. No, they do not. But don't worry, they're going to have 15 by 15 rings. When they get those 15 by 15 rings, nobody's going to have to bring the fight to anybody because they're going to make that ring so damn small that you're going to have to do nothing but fight. It's going to be rock'em sock'em robots in that mug. And I'm 100% in favor. I hope they do 15 by 15 rings. For real. Barely enough standing room. Phenomenal Noob said Bill Haney is hanging off Turkey's nuts because he knows that nobody else will be Devin a decent amount of money. I peep. Look, No, I'm not on early today, bro. I'm going on at 8 o'clock, man. That's my time slot. I'm going back to 8 a.m. I'm going back to 8 a.m. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You give niggas an inch, they want to run them. They want to fucking go a mile on you. So no, I'm going to 8 a.m., bro. I'm starting my show back at 8 a.m. Back where I was back. Only thing is I have to get up in the morning a little bit earlier, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going 8 a.m., bro. From now on. I'm going back to 8 a.m. Yeah, I prefer 8 a.m. as well. I'm going back to 8 a.m. Not doing this and not doing 9 o'clock anymore. 8 is way better. Yeah, I'm going back to 8 a.m. So you guys see me every morning at 8 a.m. I just needed to give myself a little bit of a break so I didn't have to wake up so early all the time. But back at 8 a.m., I'm going to get up at 5 and then I'm going to work it. Yeah, thank you for the support, bro. Tori Hush said, I'm an early bird. Yeah, I'm an early bird too, bro. I'm trying to work with my son on some stuff. It's like, I love my son to death and he's a really bright guy. It's just hard to convince him that I am not a nighttime person. So the only time that I'm going to get any decent work out of me is early in the morning. You can get an amazing amount of work out of me from about 6 a.m. till about 1 p.m. 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm good to go, bro. I'm flying for like 7 straight hours, bro. But after that, I need to do things where I don't have to focus. 9 a.m. Eastern is the better time. Yep. Phenomenal Noob said, I'm an extreme early bird. I'm up at 4 a.m. every day. Yeah, I need to get back to that, bro. I got to get back to it. I run a summer program, kids, so I'm up early. That's why I can tune in right now. That's what's up, Isaiah. Man, that's how I work out with those kids, bro. I support you no matter what time, OG, for show like that. Thank you, Tro Hutch. Corey Champman said, I love your show. I watch your show every day. You keep it real all the time. I'm a Boots fan. He from my hometown, but now I live in Philly. Oh, I'm in Tampa, Florida. Okay, so you was originally from Philly, but you moved down to Tampa, Florida. Shout out to Tampa, Florida. I got my guys down there. I'm gonna put a link in the chat in case you guys want to hit the link. But yeah, I'm going back to 8 a.m., man. 8 a.m. is just a natural time for me, bro. I don't want to keep doing this shit too late. And that's going to allow me to get more time. And I can go back to 2.5 hour live streams again. Because I can go back to longer live streams if I start early. Because if I start at 9, it's like, nah, I can't go to 12 unless we got like some really, really good shows. So thank you, Corey Chapman. Anybody, y'all feel free to jump up on here though, man. So back to this fight. I want to talk about Richardson Hitchens. I thought he looked terrific in that fight. I didn't really break it down and really break it down. But at the same time, man, he put on a show against George Kambosos. George Kambosos is a tenacious fighter, dude, who made a lot more money than he should have made, bro. Bella K said Hitchens showed out this weekend. Do you think Haney's ready? Yeah, Haney's ready for him. Yeah, absolutely. Devin Haney's ready for Richardson Hitchens. Kid say, yeah, earlier is better. Fan from Guyana. Yeah, I'm going back earlier, man, because it's like 9 is already early. It's just early, so I'm going back. He put on a show in a clinic Saturday. Yeah, he did. Man, look, I'm really happy for Richardson Hitchens because he got a knockout, and that's what these guys are gonna have to do, bro. They're gonna have to start getting knockouts. How long has it been since Devin Haney stopped somebody? Like a for real fighter. I'm not talking about I don't think he's ever stopped a real fighter. I don't think he's ever stopped a top level fighter. Man, what's going on? Isaiah WYWD said Hitchens versus Haney may the best jab win. Let's get it going. Nah, they're gonna step on the gas though. Isaiah, I think that they stepped on the gas. They stepped on the gas. Andy Cruz definitely stepped on the gas, bro. I think Andy Cruz looked better than Richardson Hitchens, in my opinion. However, of course, he wasn't fighting the same level of opposition. But man, phenomenal shows. I can't lie, Noop. I can't give nobody credit for beating Kambosos. That dude lost 5 of his last 6 fights. I'm trying, phenomenal Noop. Noop, I'm trying. I'm trying to be positive, bro. I'm trying to help build fighters. I'm trying to change the tune of my channel, man. You gotta fight with me. I want to like these young fighters, bro. I want to like Richardson Hitchens. We need more stars in boxing. So, hey, man, I'm trying to get a man credit. I'm giving these young. If you knock somebody out and you look good, you did what you're supposed to do. I got to get a dude credit, bro. You know what I mean? I'm trying. I'm seriously, man. Phenomenal. You laughing, man, but I'm telling you, I'm a nice guy. I'm a positive person, bro. Like these boxing's so fucked up. It literally got me sitting there thinking about doing hit jobs on people, bro. Like it's seriously like, you remember when Greg Hackett jumped on here and Greg was like, man, they were like, boxing's like the mafia for real. It's like really, it's like, I'm like, hell yeah, it is. Like, man, and it's crazy out here in these streets, man. So yeah, I'm trying to be positive, man. I'm trying to be positive about Top Rank. I'm trying to be positive about the PBC. I'm trying to be positive. I can't be positive about Turkey Al-Sheikh. I'm sorry. He got ring card boys. But I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Because it seems like boxing is kind of congealing. You know what I mean? It seems like the U.S. promoters are all working together to try to save the U.S. boxing market. You got Bob Arum acting like he's got sense. Al Heyman's acting like he's got sense. Oscar De La Hoya is acting like he's got some sense. I mean, you know how long it was when Oscar De La Hoya was just out there in fucking La La Land? This dude is literally like the king spokesman of boxing media right now. Like he for real, like he's like the Charleston White of boxing promoters, man. No joke, man. I'm loving what Oscar De La Hoya is doing right now. Isaiah YWD say, you seen the video of Andy Cruz saying Keyshawn hasn't called him for Father's Day? Hell yeah. He said, where I'm your daddy, boy. I'm your daddy, boy. You better call him, Andy. Hey, Andy Cruz, bro. Dog, Keyshawn don't want no parts of Andy Cruz, and it is so obvious. And he don't want no parts with Andy Cruz, dog. Andy Cruz gonna whoop up on Keyshawn, dog. Phenomenal new. He said, I tell you what, the resume talk with Devin and Tio bum ass should be dead and gone at this point. It was always BS anyway. Oh, let's analyze that. Yeah. Let's analyze that phenomenal show. The resume. What? George Kambosos has won one fight since he beat Teofimo Lopez. Isn't that right? I think he's won one fight since he beat Teofimo Lopez. One. Andy whipped him 3 times. Hell yeah. Yeah. The resume. He has an ad. Yeah, bro. First of all, they're all just overrated, bro. They're all overrated. Tio's overrated. Devin's overrated. Ryan's overrated. I don't think Shakur is overrated, but that shall remain to be seen. But Devin's resume, you remember when Rollo, a phenomenal show. You remember when Rollo said that Devin had the best resume, had a better resume than Muhammad Ali did? You remember when he said that he had a better resume than Floyd Mayweather Jr. had? You remember that? Do you remember when everybody was saying, they would always say the resume at 22, at 24, at 25, at 26. They got more qualifiers on shit. They got more qualifiers on that shit than a used car salesman. You think I don't think Shakur is highly overrated because y'all ain't rating Shakur. Y'all don't give Shakur no credit. So I don't know how Shakur could be underrated. I think Shakur is underrated. But we'll see what's going to happen in on this tennis court. Man, what's up, Ralph Chestnut? You say good morning, Fanon, in chat, just chiming in. What's up, brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? We back to 8 a.m., just so you know. Muhammad Ali was a heavyweight champ in 22. Yeah, he was ahead of Ali. That's what Rollo was saying. And then Rollo dropped his ass like a bad habit as soon as he got beat up, bro. And now he fighting Scurd. Now he fighting Scurry. Scurd. Fighting Scurd. What's going on, Ray Patterson? I'm chilling, man. Just trying to get along, man. You know, I'm living in a full house, a house full of people. So just trying to get along with everybody, trying to get along with my son and my wife and my mother and my father. We all here in one big happy family in one big happy house. Yeah, Rollo, dog. Rollo is hilarious, bro. Rollo, dog. That's why. Did you see? That's why I know Rollo fucking around with Tank with Rollo was wearing them bud braids. Yeah, Rollo be tripping, bro. Rollo was like, man, they said that Devin Haney had a better resume than Roberto Duran. He had a better resume than Sugar Ray Leonard. He had it was like, dude, it's like they were going in on Devin and everything good about Dev. Rollo used to argue for Martin down about Devin having this great resume. Shit was insane, bro. Man, look at the number of WBC title defenses. He has the most. He said Devin has the most WBC title defenses in history. I was like, the nigga just became champion like 2 weeks ago. Like, what are you talking about? He has the most WBC title. Oh, Lord, here y'all go again with that. Gotta love and cherish family, though. You know that, though. They already announced that an 18x18 ring so fighters can fight. Yeah, they gonna make it small, bro. Load them gloves, too. They need to go ahead and load them gloves, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man, let's just throw everything out, dog. Let's throw out. Let them load gloves. Let them cheat. I'm telling you, they think black folk cheat from. Oh, that's what I meant to say, bro. I'm telling you about these Negroids, though, bro. They like Devin because Devin is an emasculated black man. Devin is an emasculated black man, bro. That's crazy. And to see him emasculated by his own father. Dude, I thought about this, man. Do you know what it is to not allow to emasculate somebody? Is to prevent them from being a man. Bill Haney is emasculating Devin because he never lets Devin speak for himself. That's emasculating, bro. Like if your wife was always talking for you, you know what I mean? Like, shut up, baby. Shut up, baby. And she's talking for you. Isn't that emasculating? That's emasculating. Bro, Bill Haney is emasculating Devin Haney on a daily basis, bro, by jumping out here talking about what Devin's going to do, where Devin's going to go, what Devin need. Bro, my dad speaks for me. What? Yeah, he's emasculating, bro. He's emasculating Devin. When you talk for your son, you're emasculating your son. I just want to let you know. You can emasculate a man. If you got a grown man, a fighter, and you're sitting there talking and saying everything for your son, or when are you going to let your son be a man and just let him control his own life? Not control 50% of his life. When are you going to let him control his whole life? His whole life. You know what I mean? My father's downstairs and he's in his chair watching TV. He's retired. My father doesn't speak for me anymore. He doesn't. Matter of fact, my father never spoke for me. Ever in my life has my father ever spoken for me. But Bill is out here speaking for Devin on a daily basis. You insist on telling him how to fight, who to fight. That's emasculating, man. You got to let your son grow up, Bill. Haney fans calling Devin Debo is cringe. Haney has 0 KOs since no, they're not calling Devin. There's no way in the world that they are calling Devin Haney Debo. Devin Haney is Smokey. Devin Haney is not Debo. Devin Haney is Smokey. Because when Bill, you know why? Number one, when Bill is there, Devin be quiet. and when Bill is gone, Devin be talking again. That shit is Smokey in and of itself. But then he's Smokey 2.0 with your boy, with Jaron. Because when Jaron is at 147, he don't want to go there. But when Jaron leaves, he's at 147. I'm ready to go. Dog, Devin ain't no Debo. Devin is Smokey. Always talking shit, not backing the shit up. Trying to con niggas. Talking about one. I got talking about, don't he? Hey, Devin be counting money like that motherfucker too. Devin even count money like that. Devin be like, 1, that's 100, 200, 300, 400. He count that money like 100, 200, 300, 400. Man, stop playing with me, Smokey. Stop playing with me, Devin. Stop playing with me, Devin. You got 1.5 million, Devin. You didn't get no 10 million, Devin. Stop playing with me, Devin. Devin be lying like Smokey. Bill making enough. Mama, that's not enough money. Making enough. Can you imagine if Bill and Devin had a fallout like Devin tired of Bill shit and calls him out? Nah, he's too scared. Devin's too scared of Bill. Devin's too scared of Bill. He ain't gonna do nothing. Devin's scared of his daddy. Devin ain't gonna do nothing crazy to Bill because Devin too scared of Bill. Y'all scared of Bill, quiet as kept. Whole bunch of y'all are scared of Bill. Used to be scared of Bill anyway. Back when y'all used to think he was a hellified street ninja. You know? And Ryan is Craig. Hey, Craig. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. And who was that heifer? Yo. I'll tell you what, the resume. Oh, yeah, I got that, my guy, already, brother. Thank you so much for that. Big time support for my guy. Phenomenal show. Said, look at this clown. Let me pull it up over here. Bill ain't no hoe. Bill a hoe, bro. Nah, Bill ain't no hoe. I won't say Bill's a hoe. Bill's not a hoe. Bill ain't a hoe. Bill ain't no hoe. I don't want to go too crazy. Shout out to Debo and Lil Richard beating JK. Devin did it twice at 23 in Australia. Fuck out of here, nigga. Bro, look at this shit, bro. This nigga's a clown. Hold on. Shout out to Debo and Little Richard beating George Kambosos. Devin did it twice at 23 years old in Australia. Yeah, he went 24 rounds with him. He went 24 rounds with that same guy. 24 rounds. Richardson gets his moment at home 3 years later at 27 at 140. Same opponent, different fight. That's the same bullshit this nigga always does. He's always saying somebody was different. Isn't that the same crap he did with Ryan? Saying that Ryan was a different fighter at 140 than he was at 135 when he fought Gervonta. Magically, they become a different fighter. You outweighed George Kambosos. You were like a middleweight when you fought George Kambosos. And you went the distance twice. God, dog, man, that's crazy, bro. LeVar Aikens in the building said, I knew Bill was a bitch the day Shakur Stevenson came in the ring and Haney ass ran right out of it. Haney never said his name again. Why am I so low? Hold on. Oh, that's why. All right, sorry about that. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I remember that when he ran out like a chump. Ain't ran out like a chump, bro. That might have been the biggest bitch move. I think that might be the biggest bitch move I've ever seen in a ring call out. Because, you know, they let you in the ring because they already told you he was going to be in the ring. He gets in the ring and leaves when Shakur gets in the ring, and then he leaves Top Rank. He knew then he wasn't fighting him, bro. He knew right there. He already knew he wasn't going to fight him. There he knew he wasn't going to fight him when he walked out the ring. And then, dude, for real. Hey, what's up, Dre's? Uncle Dre's fine. His initials Dre. Says, Haney's literally ruined all of boxing. Every trick of boxing exposed through the Haneys. Man, let's cook on that for a second, bro. Literally every underhanded trick in the world you can see from Bill Haney. Dude said, I'm number one while running off. Exactly. I'm number one and I'm out of here, dog. Richard, hey, what's up, Ralph? Ralph said a lot of guys are going to be exposed in some of these divisions. 140, 147, 154. Look, man, let's get the 18 by 18 rings. I'm cool with that. If you can't do 15 rounds, I say let's do the small ring. Do the small ring because you're not doing 15 rounds. If you had to do 15 rounds, some of these fighters would not make it, bro. Some of these fighters would be changing if it was 15 rounds. K Queen say, I heard Devin left the building after Hitchens won. They were hoping he would lose like Ray lost to Rio. That's some hating ass. Yeah, of course, some hating asses. Man, look. You got two situations now where Bill Haney is claiming that a fighter was good when they fight him, and they're bad when the other guy fights him. Same fighter, different fighter. Why can't you just give the man credit, Bill? Just say good win. Because he put on a better performance against George Kambosos than Devin did. Lomachenko stopped George Kambosos, and Richardson Hitchens stopped him. Why can't you just give him credit for the win, Bill? Why can't you just say congratulations, man? Good win. That's just being a petty asshole for no good reason. And once again, emasculating your son, bro. Because shouldn't that be Devin that says that? Same this, just say congratulations to the man, dog, and see if you can get the fight, because Devin needs the fight now. Don't act like Devin don't need that fight. Devin needs that fight. Matter of fact, if I'm Richardson Hitchens, I'm saying, why would I fight Devin? Like, I got a ring. Devin's gonna say he needs the lion's share of the money, even though Africa's the champion. I would say ignore the clown, bro. That's what I would say. But anyway, Bill lives in New York, Devin in Miami now. Hold on, Bill lives in New York? Bill lives in New York City? You say, hold on, Bill Haney lives in New York City. He doesn't live in Las Vegas anymore? That's not safe. Why would Bill be living in New York City? Bill lives in New York? So they left Vegas? I thought they were in Henderson in that same old mansion they had. So he don't live in, they got ran out of Vegas, huh? I didn't know that he lived in New York. Oh, I can send somebody to see his ass in New York. Okay. Africa told Kambosos' corner to stop the fight right before he put him down. Oh, he said amended live in. You have to type that whole thing again. I don't understand. Fanon, you saw Haney's recent Instagram stories. He's spiraling because his baby mama is making him pay to visit his daughter. Dude is just taking. Hold on. What happened with his daughter? He's spiraling because his baby mama is making him pay to visit his daughter. Oh, that's tough, man. Oh, I wouldn't even make fun of that. That's tough, man. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Man, so he's got a baby and his girl won't let him see the baby unless he pays some money? But why? How? It thought it's his baby. How can you do that? Unless he pays child support? Yeah, I feel for him on that one. Because, man, I was away from my son and daughter for a little while. That was a miserable situation, bro. I felt absolutely miserable not being around my daughter, bro. That may distract him like Tio. Yeah, not having your kids, that will distract you, bro. Especially if you're like a really loving father. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a loving father. Then that definitely can. She called him a deadbeat on social media on Father's Day. Wow. Devin Haney, the deadbeat dad. Let me do a video on that. No, I won't do no better on that. I feel sorry for him on that. What's up, Justin Cooper? Say, yeah, and his baby mama said Devin begged her to have a baby. Why would you have to beg a woman to have a baby? I had to duck that shit. Like, how would you have to? Oh, I know, because she'll kill a baby. Okay, that's why. Man, Devin must not have that much money if he got to beg somebody to have babies. Why would you beg a specific woman? I don't get that. Dev's pops ain't even teach him how to knock up a former high-profile industry escort. That's what happens when you got a fuck nigga for a father. Oh, he got an escort. He gay. That nigga gay. That's some gay shit right there. That's some sweet pie shit right there. If you begging an escort to have a baby with you, that sounds like that's like some beard shit right there. You're gonna hire a prostitute to have your baby? That's some gay shit right there. It is. For you to beg a prostitute to have your baby? Are you serious? You're going to beg. First of all, I ain't got no problem with escorts. God bless all the escorts. Your services are needed in this world. Let me first and foremost say I have no problem whatsoever with people using escorts. If you want an escort and you got the money, knock yourself out. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I got no problem. However, married her immediately. Hell yeah, escorts got a job to do, bro. Like, so I don't want to talk bad about the escorts. I ain't got no problem with y'all. Y'all are vital to the economy, dog. I know y'all are vital to the economy and you're vital to men's spirits. You guys are doing a job out there, all right? I know you are. Because there's some nasty Negroes running around here that need some love, okay? Some lonely, nasty Negroes that need some love too. Okay, so they're there. I ain't got no problem with them. However, bro, that's some suspect shit when you're begging to have babies with them. Okay, that's some suspect shit when you're begging to have babies with them. All right. If you are a real dude, you are ducking babies. You know what I'm saying? You're ducking them. You're like, hold on, man. You're like, hey, man, I'm trying to make sure I do everything so I don't get caught up. You trying to get caught up? Man, nah, dog. I don't see that, bro. Shout out to all of you. Hell yeah, shout out to all the baddies out there. Phenomenal Show said, for show, nothing against them, but why are you knocking that up and not having the foresight to know that it will come with problems when you have babies with them? Eggs. I have no idea, bro. Maybe you fell in love with a stripper. But then again, his daddy was a pimp. So you can have affection for them if you know. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe he figures, hey, man, Rich L, what up, man? I don't want to get into it because I know what's going on with that, though. We know what's going on with that, though. For sure, we know what's going on with that, though. Basically, bro, you trying to take the easy way out, bro. You ain't got no game. So if you sit your ass in a boxing gym your entire life, bro, you probably don't know how to talk to girls. So you have to have somebody that is easy to talk to. So you probably got over, bro. Them girls probably got over on you. They set that shit on you, bro. Convince you need a baby. Following professionals you should avoid marrying: ex-word nurses and social and lawyers. and female lawyers. I would not marry a female lawyer. Hell no. That's a trouble waiting to happen right there. Dad probably still sits down when he pee. Hey, bro, it's the relaxing way to do it. That's the relaxing way to do it. Egomaniac said, well, if Bill always talks for Dev, he ain't got no game. That's my point. He ain't got no game. To lean on, hey, Noop, we talk about it all the time, how them women are professionals at spotting a simp. Yeah. Bro, look, man, I am somebody that is, look, bro, I have a problem that I am not a simp, but I'm a very giving person. So I will Trust me, you'll think I'm a simp all the way up till you go too far. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit. But some of these dudes are legitimately, bro, like they don't think they are looking for somebody to love them, man. Devin is probably looking for somebody to love him, man, because his father sees him as a piece of meat. Seriously, bro, like if his father sets him out there like, hey, man, like everything about it is boxing for him, you know? And so his dad is not the most loving person in the world because his dad be flying off the handle, bro. So Devin is looking for love, bro. That ain't no problem. She was crying for Thug while Dev was crying for her. Look, man, these first of all, pretty women always see, I'm not going to say they always see you as a mark. Bro, you're a mark to a pretty woman if you're an athlete. You know, you're a mark. You're a mark. Trust me. Because, nigga, you guys don't have no pretty cousins. You don't know what the deal is. I got pretty cousins. I know what the deal is. You guys are marks. You're marks. Marks. Because they know you're only going to make so much money for so much time. Like, they know when they're going to divorce you, dog. They can hook up with you at like 18. They know they only have to work for another 10 years. That's all. They got 10 years of being married to you, and that's their job. And when your ass is gone, when your ass is when you don't go pro, they immediately got that lawyer on the dial. All right, he's on the clock. Let's start setting him up because you know he's cheating. So I know who his girlfriends are because I send his girlfriends to him. Man, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't put it past, bro. Dev, you better get your own girlfriends. You better get your own girlfriends, bro. Don't get nobody that somebody introduced you to. You better go find her yourself, dog. KQ said, I had a cousin like Devin. If somebody doesn't stop him, he'll find another Taz angel to beg to get pregnant and married. Devin looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for nub. Yeah, dog. He's looking for love, bro, in a family of his own, bro. Devin, you need to keep your own money, bro. Get rid of your daddy, bro, and get your own girl. A little homely one that's going to take care of you, bro. A little homely one. You know what I mean? Little homely one. Or better yet, a big homely one. Because if you get a big homely one, then you can get an athlete, and you're a pro athlete, and you can do the same thing your dad do, but do it better because you know boxing. Especially when they still got some use left. What up? Hey, what up, Greg? Hey, Greg, I'm stealing your shit, bro. Greg, hey, can you come by the show on Saturday? Man, hey, Greg Hackett, I want to do a Saturday show. If you can come by the show on Saturday, bro, I'd appreciate it. Dev also said he was upset his daughter didn't get his last name. That's really a low blow to the Haney legacy. God dang, he fucking him over. Oh, no, she did him like that? Ooh, Dev. Dev, let me give you some advice. Devin, can I give you some advice, bro? Listen, Dev, this is how you can get your baby. Devin, this is how you can get your baby. You have to send your baby money all the time for specific purposes. Earmark the money. Whatever time you're available, like 10 a.m. I want to do some fight breakdowns, bro, some classic fights. I want to break down a fight live with you on Saturday morning, like 10 o'clock. Preferably like a Floyd Mayweather fight, because I can show the footage now. But anyway, let me go back to what Greg Hackett said about Devin, because he said about these young fighters, I'm going to steal your material. By the way, Greg Hackett, you got a really good mind, bro. You're a really, really bright guy, bro. It was a pleasure listening to you talk on the show. So look, what Greg said is a lot of these guys don't really know themselves because everything was given to them and they're in the gym, so they don't know how to talk for themselves. They don't know how to write. So basically, that's exactly what the fuck it is, bro. Devin, you're going to wind up having to get an escort because you don't know how to get girls. You know what I mean? You don't know how to get them because you ain't failed. You ain't been up. But personally, I mean, I'm so good looking that I don't really have to try hard for girls. I'm lying my ass off. I've fucked up a lot of girls because I didn't know how to talk. So yeah, that nigga you need to learn how to go get some game. You know what I mean? Just go wild, randomly walk up to some girls, start talking with them, see if you can hold a conversation for 5 minutes before they bug you. And don't ask them for their number. You know what I mean? Just practice the conversation, Dev. And then you're going to get somebody that wants to have your baby. They want to have your baby. You know what I'm saying? If a woman wants to have your baby, she going to have your baby, dog. Trust you me. I got cousins, they had babies. How you got a girl? Dude, I got cousins that have babies just because they got curly hair. Like, I don't even get that shit. I got cousins that got babies that cannot ditch women wanting to have babies with them just because they got curly hair. Devin, you're a world-class athlete, bro. I mean, you're kind of short. That's a problem because you're about 5'7", 5'8", something like around there. But the biggest problem, bro, is that your daddy talks for you. You got to get your daddy away from you, bro, because your daddy's going to be getting all the girls want your daddy because your daddy's the one running the show. If you was running the show, they wouldn't be looking at you like you a simp. Like, this nigga's run by his daddy. His daddy cuts his checks. You know, he ain't no 5. He's 5'9", you know what I'm saying? But 5'9", you know what I mean? You ain't got the, you know what I'm talking about? You don't walk in, you ain't got the big man presence. You know? Kind of same stuff that Floyd Mayweather went through. Burweezy. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. But don't worry, my wife tells me all the time I don't got no game. My wife tells me all the time, you have no game. And I'm like, because I don't want to play no games. I'm trying to be straight to the cuff. This is what I'm trying to do. I try to cut to the chase. You know what I mean? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hey, when Devin buys escorts, Bill bang him first to show Devin how it's done. Bill probably sells the escorts to Devin. Why would Devin ain't got it? Bill will probably sell a woman to him. I can't even believe you got niggas in America selling women, bro. There's Fanon. Nah, Devin lacks charisma. That's it. Nah, Devin's a little bit of a dickhead. So he's probably always real kind of sarcastic and always looking at the negative part of shit. And, you know, he's probably sitting there talking shit, hating on people. And the girl's just listening to this nigga hate on everybody. And he's like, man, this nigga hate on everybody. Like, damn, nigga, I thought you just hate on everybody. You know what I mean? That'll make a girl want to go away because you sit there hating on everybody all day. Try not hating on everybody. Try not hating on everybody. David, Bill Haney, and Ye does have style. Even when he's lying, he does have style. Now, Bill can get some women because Bill know how to lie. Bill's a smooth talker. Pillow talking ass nigga. He said pillow talking ass nigga. Out there hating on niggas, crying on her shoulder and shit. Hey, look, let me tell you what you cannot do. You cannot hire an escort and cry on her shoulder, bro. Okay? Don't go. Now, Dev, if you're out there with them escorts, dog, you can't cry on their shoulder. Okay? You got to hit it and quit it. That's the job. Hit it. You got to hit it and you got to leave, dog. Of course, a pimp can get women. Yeah, exactly. Devin seems very malleable. No mind is of his own. Man, look, bro. What's up, Bruce Gas? Hey, Bruce. Yeah, hey, we're going to do the same thing this Saturday. Saturday morning, same thing. 10 a.m., we watching some fights on the channel. Yeah, man. Sunchild said, of course a pimp can get ladies. I mean, look, bro. I'm telling you right now, I would never really had the best game in the world. I've never had the best mouthpiece for women. But what I always did is that I underpromised and I overdelivered. Underpromised and I overdelivered. Yes, this is, you know what I mean? That's what you got to do with women. You got to overpromise and underpromise and overdeliver. If you run around letting her wear your chains, that's what, you know what that got? That got Oscar De La Hoya's ass in some fucking high heels. That's who he needed to talk to. Devin Haney need to go talk to Oscar De La Hoya because those dudes probably got some shit in common, bro. Fanon, he had a baby with an escort and man, she wants money. What the fuck he expect? Bro, why would you have a baby with an escort? Because she's pretty? Dude, you can go to... man, Dev got no game, bro. That's sad. That's sad, bro. Unless it's like Marilyn Monroe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, man, it's the Kim Kardashian. Devin is so slow, he'll have problems pulling a date in a compilation home. He said, I just ignore them and they hate when you give them attention. Who is this? Oh, the trolls? You can just throw them out. I'm not tripping on trolls. Trolls can get up out of here, bro. But we are going back to 8 a.m. We are going back to 8 a.m. I enjoy this show better at 8 a.m. Sorry to anybody that may inconvenience. Cass is wild with their shit, bro. $5 holler, brother. Thank you for the $5 holler. Hey, Tommy said, wrench for Coquee for rocking with the platform. Coquee, yes, sir. $5 holler. Let me get Coquee right now. Give me a second. I'll find Coquee. Oh, Coquee. Okay, here you go. Coquee. Moderated. Phoenix in the building. What up, man? He said, I realized over the weekend I need to start doing more things that I love and I love to hate. That being said, I don't feel sorry for Devin Haney. He got. Could have found a chick at Walmart, but paid to have a baby. Bro. That has got to be the saddest shit that I think I've ever heard, bro. What's going on in Devin Haney's life that he feels like he needs to have a baby with an escort? That was the girlfriend that Southpaw, that was the lady that Southpaw was talking about, the one who was part of that escort company. She was pretty, though. What in the world, man? What in the world is that, bro? She said he begged for a baby. Yeah, but she's fucking the nigga over now. What up, Richard Paris? Hey, Richard, look at the beard. Hey, Richard Paris, I'm actually starting to get some length on my beard, bro. It's starting to get a little length to it. I think I might actually be able to get it to grow out like this, man. In all honesty, once he saw her crying behind Young Thug, he should have fell back. First of all, there's some shit called a Creole. Okay? I'm telling you, all you Negroes, you need to act like you got some damn sense. Take your ass to Louisiana. Get you one of them country girls that got some damn sense, bro. Get you a country girl that got some sense. Stop. If she dated 4 other niggas, then she don't think nothing of you. What's wrong with y'all? Like, he got mad at her and she said she's going to take online pictures all day. If he wasn't doing that before, what the fuck? That is crazy. Get a country girl. Get a country girl. Just something. Devin put himself in a trick bag. Yeah, but I'm telling you, bro, I wouldn't put it past Bill to have something to do with that shit, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man, let me tell you something. There's some scandalous ass people in the world, bro. There are some real scandalous ass people in the world, bro. Real scandalous ass people in the world, bro. You don't know who's setting Devin up with that shit. Got bad people. You got all kind of pimps hanging around Devin. How many pimps does Devin hang out with on a regular basis? I know he hangs out with at least 2 pimps. And you don't think you're getting pimped? They have no love, man. They don't care. Like, I don't think you can really care about human beings and sell them into shit. She's a fake Muslim too. Muslims don't move that like that. Man, all these dudes is fake Muslims, man. She taking pictures all day online because she can't go and make money because she's got a newborn baby. I'm sure IG is how she's making her money. But but the baby's father makes $10 million a fight. Okay, for sure. I got to download that. I don't know how I can download it. All right, I'm going to download that, bro. I got to download that. My bad. I can't get it on that phone. I think Devin is lying about how much money he makes per fight. He's definitely lying about how much money he's making per fight. Devin Haney has been selling weed. Bill Haney got Devin in weed commercials. He got him in crypto commercials. He's not making that money, bro. And plus, Bill's going to take most of that money, bro. Let's just be real. Bill Haney's going to get most of that money. Let's just be honest, okay? Because I've worked in family businesses, dog. You better believe there's somebody in that family business that's going to take all the money. They don't care, man. At the end of the day, money and blood don't mix like two and no chicks have you in some serious shit. Brucey's he was paying to play when he met her, and if he had bread like that, he wouldn't have a problem breaking her off to keep the business off the internet. He made himself look dumb. I don't know, man. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about the fact that Devin Haney is dumb enough to have a baby by an escort and then stupid enough not to know how to have good enough a relationship with her where she doesn't put all his business out there on the internet. You Negroes are dumb, okay? You're dumb, and you deserve every bit of dumbness that you get. But what is worse is that there's a baby involved with this shit. You got a baby involved with this stuff. You're making human beings with this dumb shit. Thus started out bad and going to end bad. It's going to end worse. Yeah, but you got a kid mixed up in this. You got a kid that everybody in the world knows. Mama knows his mother was a prostitute and father was a boxer. You know what I mean? Sounds like a familiar story. That sounds like a familiar story. Your father's a boxer, your mama's a prostitute. But whatever, dog. If that's how you're going to put your child in the earth, they're going to have to overcome that. You know what I mean? And if you're not going to give, and they didn't give the baby your name, why would she give that baby your name? He said, yeah, man, you look like it, fam. It's not for me. He said, wasn't Devin's mama a prostitute? I don't know, man, but probably. That's what they say. His mother was a prostitute. That's what they say. But look, man, somebody's mama is somebody's mama. But you guys, whatever. I'll play the game you guys play. Yeah, more than likely his mama wasn't. He didn't sign the birth certificate for Nan. But does she if he has to pay child support, you think, I don't know anything about that. Look, I got kids. I take care of my kids. Hell yeah, it's a cold world we live in. When you surround yourself by pimps, you're going to get pimped. No joke, bro. If you hang out with if you hang out with nothing but dime pieces, you're going to get a dime piece. If you hang out with nothing but pimps, you're going to get pimped. I used to talk to those pimps, man. They were funny. Like, seriously, bro, the same pimps that Devin Haney deals with on a daily basis, the two pimps that he had tried to pimp me. And I was like, bro, do you really think that you're going to be able to pimp me? Like, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm here. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to raise your voice to me and talk to me like I'm your little girl or something. You know what I mean? So, like, I know the dudes that they're dealing with, bro. I know how they deal. I would not doubt that these dudes went behind and stuck Devin up They stuck Devin with the girl. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised. They will do all kind of shit to confuse you, bro. And every prostitute works for somebody. Every prostitute. Let me tell you something, man. You have a prostitute, and if that prostitute pays $1,000, that prostitute has somebody she works for. That means she has to give that person that money. And they're watching her. She can't have no relationship with you. So if she has a baby by you, the pimp owns your baby, dummy. The pimp you don't even know if that, my God, you're a fucking moron, Devin. You don't know how he was probably let him have it for free. Give it to him for free. Give it to him for free. Give it to him for free. Make him love you. Make him love you. Tell him, talk to him. Hey, he don't know you know this. Take this. Bro, you got a pimp in the bed with you, dog. If you sleep with a prostitute, you got the pimp in the bed with you. She got mics on him. She got mics in the purse. All kind of shit. Bro, like, you a sucker, bro. But that's all right, man. Suckers are born every day. And a sucker and his money is soon parted, bro. But I guarantee you, Devin Haney's going to come out broke as fuck out of this. What I fear for Devin Haney is that Devin Haney turns out broke. That's what I fear for Devin Haney. That Devin Haney fears that Devin Haney winds up being broke. Because somebody convinced this nigga to have a baby by an escort. An escort has a pimp. Once you have a baby by that escort, you had a baby in a financial transaction between you and a pimp. Now the pimp has your baby, and the pimp is gonna use that baby on you for the rest of your life. Because now the pimp got your baby. You got a baby by a pimp. Now, what is the chances that Bill Haney is what's the chances that Bill Haney is going to let somebody pimp his son? None. The highest likelihood of the person pimping Devin is Bill. Hey, 2 Cents said they were in a relationship for 9. They were in love. Oh, let me tell you about when you in love with a woman, dog. Oh, let me tell you when you in love with a woman. Dog, they will cut your ass when it is time. Oh, when they cut you. Oh, when they cut you. They gonna wait to cut you when it's time to cut you too. And you up in there with a full-fledged escort. They're actresses. They're going to rub on your face. They're going to, baby, oh, you want me to cook for you? They're going to make you, oh, so nice. And then right when you're falling in love, right when you know it's the girl you want, casualty of tour. Casualty of tour. I thought, hey, did you hear that song by what is that song by Kanye West? And they say, casualty of tour. How you gonna wake up and not love me no more? I thought I was the asshole. I guess it's rubbing off. Basically, he's talking about how Kim Kardashian set his ass up for babies, took his babies and strung that nigga out and let him go. Then all you big league, dude, that shit. She like B. Apparently he begging for a baby. Why you have to beg for a baby? Hey, man. Strippers look good, bro. Strippers look real good. They're really attractive women. Right. She was a Taz angel. Hold on. Let me see something. Oh, yeah, that'll get you. Ooh, she'll get you bad, dog. Yeah, she'll get you bad. Oh, she'll get you bad, bro. Oh, yeah, she'll get you bad. She got that boy bad, bro. She did that boy bad, bro. Dog. Trying to play above your pay grade, huh? She was a Muslim. Ooh, everything. I went to the strip club in the Bronx. The stripper that danced on me had a scar on her face and the stomach, smelled like Hennessy, and she sounded like DMX. Hey, dog, God, dog. Why? What? Where are you? Where are you partying at, dog? With them looking like that. They do. I mean, the T-Pain song. Look, bro. To a certain extent, you did it to yourself. But we should talk about the remedy to that problem, Devin. You're not going to get that baby until you start sending that baby money for specific purposes, and you document the money that you send and when you send them. And you make sure that they're spending that money for that particular purpose. And if they're not doing that, then you take her to court. You know what I mean? But you can't do it if you're going to rely on your daddy to help you out with the problem. Daddy, she won't let me see my baby. Don't worry about it, Devin. We got it. Don't worry about it, Devin. Don't worry about it. We got it, Devin. Focus on boxing. I'll help you out with that. Don't worry about it. We'll work on that. Got your ass strung out, Dev. Got your ass strung out. Remember that Orange Juice Jones? I saw him walking in the rain. You was holding hands. I will never be the same. Man, you just a squirrel looking for a nut. You said that's why Bill out here chasing these fights down. Yeah, spending all that money. It's all right, though. You know what it is. Appreciate the support, King. Oh, yeah, that's from David Disdain. That's why Bill out here chasing these fights down. Anyway, man, I'm going to enjoy this. I am enjoying it. Only thing I'm enjoying more is these damn bombs falling. Shout out to Kamal Oz, bro. Woo-wee. It's going down in the DMs. It's going down in the DMs. T Sizzle said, can't run out on your trick tab if you're going to pay to play. Yep, can't. They're done once you put some money on it. Boy, I asked that, are we really surprised this happened to Devin? I'm not. Not at all. But I am very, very surprised that it's out on the internet. Honestly, bro, I was questioning whether or not Devin Haney. I mean, honestly, bro, I was kind of questioning. There's so many fugazi ass niggas around them dudes that I was just wondering. I'm just glad he wanted to have a baby. I'm glad he liked girls because I was seriously suspect on them dudes over there. Because, dude, why would that? I'm still in. Actually, now I'm even more suspect. Why would you have to beg a prostitute to have a baby by you? Why would you have to beg a prostitute to have a baby by you? That to me just seems like that's some beard shit, bro. You know, that just seems like some beard shit. That seems like that's the only reason, like you have to pay her to be your girlfriend. And since you're paying her to be your girlfriend, you want to take an extra step and pay her to be to have a baby for you so that you can have a child. I need to call up Claymore Rain and ask if gay men want Claymore. Do you guys want to have babies? Claymore Rain, do you guys find it like where it's like you really feel like you want to have a baby, but you don't want to be in a relationship with a woman, so you got to find a woman to have the baby for you? Is that what you guys do? Like, do you guys, when you guys are doing that, like trying to get your families together, is that something you do? Do you guys go look for women to have babies for you? Because you know, women, same-sex women, they will actually go find the man that they want to have a baby for them. So maybe this is Devin wanting to have somebody to have a baby for him. See, most times that's what gay men do. They try to find somebody to have a baby for them. And they beg them to have the baby for them. But they don't want a relationship. He's not begging for a relationship. He's just begging for the baby. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. This is some fugazi shit. Seriously, bro, it's some fugazi, and he fucks with Turkey heavy, and he was in Diddy's pool. We also have the Diddy pool party picture. So we got a Diddy pool party picture. We got him begging a prostitute to have a baby for him. And he was, hell no, ring card boys. Hell no. I'm telling you, that seems like that's some, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, if your son had to beg somebody to have a baby for them, you'd be like, why do you have to ask her to have a baby for you? Why are you asking her to have a baby for you? You're not asking her to be with you. You're not asking her to stay with you. You're asking her to have a baby for you. They must have only been married like 4 or 5 months. So they get married for 4 or 5 months. You ask her, beg her to have a baby by you. Yeah, nigga, I think that's some beard shit. I think that's some beard shit. That's looking like you don't expect to have a regular relationship with a woman that's gonna result in a baby. You were married 4 months and begged her to have a baby by you. She has the baby, and she don't want to name it after you. Ooh, oh no, dog. That looked kind of suspect. What up, Phoenix?
Hey, what's up, man?
Chilling, brother. What up, man?
You know, another Monday, another day to hate.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Hey, you know, remember that 150 Cent song that said, "Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire."
What'd you say?
Remember that 50 Cent song that he used to do? He talked about telling a chick, "Have a baby by me, be a millionaire."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he was trying to follow that, and it ain't worked out for him. Like, dang. how he ended up doing that? Like, bro, he says, man, I tell you, he could have found a chick at Walmart. He could have found a chick at the mall. He could have gone to the park. He could have gone for a walk around his neighborhood. Man, at Rent a Center, you go to Rent a Center, you get some furniture. You know, you could pay to own, rent to own. Hey, he thought that's the way it worked with this. Nah, she for the streets. It ain't gonna happen. So yeah, man, I don't feel sorry for his ass. He should have known. Like, how? mm, Well, it's like Bill said, ain't nobody doing it like Devin at 26. I didn't see Tank fall into this hole. I didn't see Richardson Hitchens. I didn't even see Shakur fall into this hole. That's saying something because he been falling into a lot of the same traps as Devin. I didn't see Cambosos do it. I didn't see Floyd do it. Andre Ward, Terence Crawford, like Bill is right in some sense. Ain't nobody doing it like Devin. Nobody doing it like Devin, and that's sad, man. Like, I understand wanting to be the best, but you don't got to be the best of being bad. Like, shit, be the best of good things. It's a damn shame, I say. And that's even with on top of this, the whole weekend was bad for him with the way that Hitchens handled Cambosos. You see how Bill was out there on Twitter. Hey, congratulations to Debo and Lil Richie because they both stepped in there with Cambosos, but Devin did it first. No, he was only 23 when he beat Cambosos. Yeah, like I said, man, come on, Bill, come on. You celebrating the Cambosos win at the age of 23? Well, we could break it down a different way. Devin started his pro career in 2015 with his first fight. Hitchens had his first fight in 2017. And in less fights than Devin, he went in there and stopped Cambosos in 8 rounds. Isn't that something? He stopped Cambosos in 8 rounds with less experience than Devin. That's a damn shame. But Bill
Yeah,
ain't
but
say
you
nothing.
got to remember though, you got to be fair, bro. Devin
I
beat
am
him
being
up.
fair.
No, Devin beat him up for 24 rounds.
Beat him
Devin,
up.
Devin beat him up for 24 rounds. So that was
Nah,
24 rounds that Devin was taking stuff out of that tank for 24 rounds.
man, he was still standing after them 24 rounds. It don't count. Even
Right.
Timarifu got a lockdown. And the old man Lomachenko stopped him in 11 rounds. Hey, and fun fact: in 11 rounds, Lomachenko landed what 175 punches to get the stoppage. Richardson Hitchens had to use 205 punches to get the stoppage by round 8. So Lomachenko still kind of did it better. Still kind of did it better, and he got hit less over a longer duration than Hitchens did, while standing right in front of Cambosis. So that there's that's what Bill was saying basically, that it's different. There's a difference levels to it. I'm like, yeah, and Devin at the bottom level. So yeah, I don't know why he want to celebrate his son being down there at the bottom. And on top of that, man, look like this prostitute done turned his son into the bottom bitch too. Because like, damn, she came out on top of this. Like she was out there crying for Young Thug in the jail cell, or over there on the phone in the prison and shit. Like, damn, man, like they even made a song. Uncle Murder came out and clowned Devin Haney on a song for that. That's that link I sent you.
I saw that, man. That's fucked up, bro.
Hey, I know he about. Hey, if you do that track again, because he dropped that at, every year on New Year, the wrap up. Hey, he probably gonna do another one this year. Talk about it, like, man, like how bad you got to be to go ahead and get clowned on a rap song like that. Like, I feel. Nah, I don't feel sorry for him. Never mind. I feel sorry for the baby though. Cause like, man, I hope the baby don't never find out who his daddy is. But we don't need
Damn,
him to
man.
grow up.
First of all, you know full well that baby gonna know exactly who their daddy is, because ain't nobody got that nose but Devin. So that shit,
Well, we better hope he take after his mama.
hey, bro, Devin got that distinctive nose. That shit is gonna be known. You can see.
I know, like, he got it from his father, like father like son, and the way that his dad be sniffing, I know Devin sniffing right now too. He got the sniffles, little tear in his eyes, and all that. But man, like the worst thing for that baby would be to grow up and be like his father, man. Because then he couldn't go to no carnivals. He'd be punching the people working the rides and shit. Then he get kicked out. So now we don't tolerate that here. So my daddy did it. So now you ain't gotta be like him. You ain't gotta be like him. And then he gonna have to hope that his mama don't raise him to find a girl like him, or like her. But see that baby is like double cursed. Double cursed on that. Like, man. And Devin said he want to be a role model. What type of role model is this? Hmm? What type of role model is this? He really wanted to be out there. Yeah, be like Devin. Don't drink alcohol and do drugs like Charlo. Be like Haney. Man, Charlo wasn't out there having no babies with prostitutes.
Damn,
So
dog.
like, come on.
Let's rate vices. Let's rate the vices. Okay, one is smoking weed. Other one is drinking. Other one is having babies by prostitutes. Of the three,
And clout chasing. That's another vice he got.
having babies by prostitutes is the most irresponsible, bro. Because you gotta go raw doggy, dog. You gotta go raw
I
doggy
know.
dog on that, dog.
You know how it is. They out there in their Vegas, which is literally like, porn star prostitute like capital of the United States. They out there doing that, man. So like, on top of that, now you got to go make sure he ain't getting no disease if she, tricking him up like that. Or well, maybe snack, kept it at bay. Who knows? So
Nah,
that kid.
Bill got him tested. Bill made sure she got tested before he introduced her.
Now he should have had Devin tested for some brains, because he ain't damn sure used none of them. He used not one brain cell to think about that. Like, come on now. Man, this dude. Like,
Hey,
man,
I'm telling you, bro. I certainly hope Bill didn't set him up with that girl. Because
man,
because my wife, man, I'm telling you, man, I had after I met my wife, I pretty much had no choice but to marry my wife, because my mother loved her so much. So I know that
man.
people's families do influence who you date, bro. And man, she might have said that's a good one. I can't believe that dude had a baby by. Somebody is a well-known escort, like from a
Well,
well-known
no,
escort agency.
that's like a community pool, man. Everybody up in.
Yeah, that's like, oh, I'm gonna marry the one that everybody already slept with.
That's horrible. That's
I mean,
horrible. You
I
know,
don't have a. I mean, you know, I mean, to a certain extent, it's people's business what they do, but to know that everybody paid for it, that's kind of tough to beg her for a baby. I can't lie, dog. And I think I'm a pretty liberal-minded person when it comes to that
man,
particular issue.
how
But
you gonna beg for a baby? You can go adopt one if you feel like you got to beg. Like, come on. Like, what's he doing out here?
yeah, but if you adopt a baby, you can't say it's yours.
Oh, well, he can't say this one here's either. So what's the difference? At least with the adoption, he would have got some kickbacks from the government on him instead of being the one to have to pay.
Man, crazy. What'd you think of the fights this weekend, man? What do you think about
Well,
Richards and Hitchens this weekend?
the two fights I watched on the car was the Andy Cruz and the
Yeah,
Richardson
that's what I
Hitchens
watched.
fight. So yeah, so Andy Cruz, he did pretty good. Did pretty good. Uh, I don't know, like he don't like for me personally, just looking at him and looking at the quality of his opponents, like yeah, I'm not really seeing what people see in him. I mean, I do see how he could beat Keyshawn though, how they did that, but who knows what's going to happen with that? That's who Keyshawn should have jumped. I don't know why he would jump on the other dude. At least he had a
Should
no
have jumped
contest with the
Richards
other
and
dude.
Hitchens.
No, he should have jumped Andy Cruz.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
get that get back. But I understand. Albright hurt his family twice. Since Keyshawn tested dirty against him, so that fight's no contest. Then dude came back and whooped his brother. And then he out there, having disco parties, doing that Chris Brown imitation. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a bad look. And he been silent since. The businessman is out of business, so that's good. That's good. And I do like the Richardson Hitchens fight. Like it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Didn't look as impressive as I was expecting, like as far as everything leading up to the knockdown. But I do like that he did target that liver with the body shot. I do like that. The way that he hit Cambosos with that, like man, you could tell them ribs was tenderized. Like he was done. He was done. He wasn't getting back up after that. Like finito, finished. Almost. Like I give it to Cambosos. He had heart. He really got up and tried. But hey, like the liver, the liver is sensitive, and it don't take that much, to really do damage to the liver. Like you hit the right spot, the right time. It don't matter. Your whole body gonna shut down. So yeah, like that's no fun. No fun at all. And I do like, the call out to the Haneys after that. And it's funny. It's funny, since Boots announced he's going to 154, I guess Eddie announced it on his behalf. Now Devin say he ready to do the fight at 147. So, that's another thing that's interesting. Like how, I remember like he moved down to 135 from 140 whenever Bud was looking good at 140. And then once Bud moved up to 147, then Devin decided, it's okay, okay, I can't make weight no more. It's about safe. These dudes been at 147 long enough that they can't come back down to 140, and he moved up. And then he been waiting, fighting at his own weight class, Devi weight, doing that same thing Canelo did, with that Canelo weight
Hold
after
on,
he
man.
fought Floyd.
You mean doing the thing? You mean doing the thing that frequent flyer, Ray Davis, Claymore Rain, and all those guys were swearing up and down. Rollo were swearing up and down. Devin would never do fighting
I
at a catch weight.
mean,
You mean
being a hypocrite, yeah,
yeah,
being a hypocrite.
yeah? Because those were catch weight. Because they did say they were never going to fight at catch weights before, right?
I believe
Called.
so. I believe
I
so.
believe they said that, and now Devin is like permanently at a catch weight.
Yeah, but you see, there's that tendency, that weakness, where it's like he can't help but try to do every single thing that he's seen Tank do. So you feel like because Tank had one catch weight, he should be able to have five of them. But again, Boots kind of helped out by going to 154 earlier than we expected. So now Devin's like, yeah, we could do 147. We could do 147. And so looking at that, if Hitchens and Devin Haney do fight, it's gonna be a jab fest. Except, Hitchens got more punch selection and more creativity with his punches because looking at the way that he had put down Cambosos, like he knew he hit him in that exact same spot that the first body shot landed at. put him down, and he was done. That shows that he could make adjustments. Well, meanwhile, Devin was in there, fighting for his life for 24 rounds. That's crazy. That's crazy. But again, like we said, nobody does it like Devin, according to Bill. So, you know, Richardson Hitchens couldn't have lasted 24 rounds with Camboso. So, he would have. The same thing for Lomachenko. Lomachenko couldn't have
Hold
lasted
on,
24
bro.
rounds.
You are a fucked up individual, bro. That's funny. Go ahead, man.
Hey, it's the truth. It's the truth. Hey, look, think about it. All of Camboso's fights. Hey, nobody else has gone 24 rounds with him except Devin Haney. That's something. That's something. Hey, Devin, the only loss Camboso's had where he didn't get knocked out. That's something. That's something. He got 4 losses, 2 from Devin, 1 from Hitchens, 1 from Lomachenko. And Lomachenko and Hitchens knocked him out, but hey, Devin didn't knock him out. So Devin's doing this on a whole different level. He a different animal, man. He a different animal. He over there with the squeaky toys in his glove, like they're hitting that man. Like, come on. You
Man,
seen them clowns you knock down and they keep standing up.
yeah, yeah.
And that was Devin's sparring partner for that fight. He said, "Hey, we gonna go ahead and make this fight last a long time." And it's a damn shame because in training camp for that first fight, I still remember Ellie Seckback was in the gym interviewing him, and they were like, "Yeah, look at Lord Devin Haney. Look at him shadow boxing. Ain't that something? Ain't nobody on his level." And Devin's like, "Yeah, no, I'm really a 147-pound fighter. You couldn't stop a 135-pound fight. Nobody does it like Devin. You really 2 weight classes bigger than the guy. You go 24 rounds with him. That's something, man. It's something special, and not in a good way. But as long as you can attach special to it, it's okay because it's Devin. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's special. So that's what they rolling with. But man, I tell you, the way the things is looking right now, there's only one fight that I really want for Devin. He got to fight Blair Cobb.
I
He
love
got
it,
hey, because I think losing to Blair Cobb, man,
bro. Why
that's
you
worse.
bullshitting? That's a good fight, man.
But that's the thing. People don't know that it is. That's the thing. People don't know that it is. They just remember that Blair Cobb broke one of Broner's teeth. That's the
Yeah,
that's the one thing.
that's a good fight right there, boy. I'd love to
Uh,
see that fight.
hey, like for real though, like I would like to see that fight because like people don't wrote Blair Cobb off and think that he just like a clown or a goofball. Like they look at him kind of the same way they was looking at Rolly. When we keeping it real, they think that he does be clowning around. But hey, that sparring session they had, like man, I remember seeing that like when it first came out. I didn't know there was Blair Cobb at first until a few years after. But I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Who is this dude?" And then when I found out it was Blair Cobb, I was like, "Oh shit!" So
But
I was like,
sparring
"Yes,
who?
oh Devin." Hey, and he was smacking the hell up out of Devin. And then hey, you hear Bill in the corner. Hey, come on, let's do one more round.
The oh my God, let him keep going. Move.
Yeah. And then Blair was like, nah, I did what I had to do.
And that's the
The
same
same-
thing that happened with Shakur,
Yep, they tried to get
and
Shakur like that too.
the same thing that happened with Gervonta.
Yep,
And
yep.
then they want credit for continuing to get that ass whooped. Like, I'm not done yet. You quit. That's crazy. I'm up 100-1. Yeah, but you quit. I win. That's
Yep,
some cornball shit like that. That type shit. Which is
exactly. So
probably
I'm tired of whooping you.
yeah. You think, Bud? You think? Did you notice how Jaron said he was moving up, and then Devin said, "Oh, we can do it at 147." Got all
Yep,
happy.
yep. I noticed that. I definitely noticed that. I was like, suspicious, suspicious. But then again, it is within his character because he want all the smoke as long as it's not real smoke. Kind of like the difference between an actual cigarette and vapes. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
I
you don't
don't
want
know, man, because I don't
like
smoke.
Devin. Devin don't want the actual smoke. He want the flavored stuff. He want it to be sweet.
He
So
want the
he don't
he
want.
want the he want the blueberry watermelon.
Nah, he probably want cotton candy because the way he be at carnivals and stuff. So that's the thing, man. Like he ain't want that real smoke. So that's why that hit list the Bill put out.
Hey, I'm gonna
But
make
then
these
again,
niggas mad, bro. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make these dudes mad.
oh,
Was there any girls at that carnival when they was
not in
fighting?
the group that Devin was in.
Okay. I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm keeping an eye out on all videos with you niggas around you. You better put some women in that crowd. Go ahead. Because I
Hey,
ain't
at
hanging
least
out. The reason I say that is I ain't going to no carnival with a bunch of dudes.
I
I'm going to
mean
carnival. I'm 26 years old. I'm going to a carnival with my girl. I don't
that's
know.
usually the way to do it.
Yeah, 26, 27 years old. Were you still going to carnivals with a bunch of dudes? Like your boys
Hell
running around
no.
carnivals? Yeah, I think he's a little too old to be going to carnivals with these dudes, nigga.
Man, he could have found a girl there.
And he was in a car full of bodyguards, wasn't he?
Yep.
That had the gun in under there, but there wasn't no girl in that car, huh?
No.
Hey, bro. Hey, look, dog. I've seen. Oh no. Anyway, go ahead, man. I'm sorry, bro. Look.
I'm
I'm
going. I'm
being
going
an
to say.
asshole to these dudes, bro. I'm being be a straight asshole. But for
I don't know
real,
what's worse though. I don't know what's worse between him and
why would
Shakur
you
because
pay a pay? Why, dude? In what world? I'm trying to think. Just normal situation. Who would ever pay and I shout out to all my escorts, all my ladies that put it down. But who is going to basically hire them to have a baby for them?
Devin.
Yeah, but who else? What general type of person would do that?
I don't know.
If you take Devin's name out of it,
I think
like
most people
I would
try to go
say,
the in vitro route
okay, how
because they
about
got to
this?
pay for anything.
I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't get it. You got to be able to find somebody that can have a baby for you that can be a clean cut. You have the baby, you take the baby, you assign ahead of time she's having the baby for you. I just don't. That's some suspect ass shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. I'm gonna say like Shakur might be headed down the same road though, because see, Devin was out in public at the carnival with some dudes, but Shakur, he was up in that room with Edgar Berlanga, and you
Hey,
see what they was.
isn't Young Thug a pooch too?
Man, I can't even keep track of all them.
I thought Young Thug, you said she was with Young Thug, but I thought Young Thug was funny business too. I
I
thought
got
Young
no
Thug
idea.
I
She
thought
was
Young
crying on
Thug,
that
isn't
phone.
Young Thug from like, is he where's Young Thug? Is he from Memphis? I thought he was that dude that had like was like with Meek Mill and had all the braids in his shit. And I thought that was Young Thug.
I think
Anyway,
so,
go
but
ahead.
they all starting to look alike on that.
Yeah, look, Young Thug. Yeah, there you go. She fucking with Young Thug. And yeah, Young Thug is that. I'm telling you, this is some Fugazi shit. I'm telling you,
Oh, it is.
all this shit is some Fugazi ass shit. This is Fugazi, bro. You don't pay no prostitute to have your baby, bro. You don't date a prostitute. You don't date a
Nope.
prostitute. Like,
Nope.
bro, that's some beard shit, bro. That's some beard shit. That's like, why would two women be begging a man to have a baby by? Oh, what men has women beg to have baby? Can I have your baby? They're usually lesbians. They want that man to have a baby for them because they can't make one themselves. Dog, y'all some suspect ass niggas out there in these streets, nigga.
Needed the assist. Tag me in.
I'm telling you, that's some suspect shit if he did that, bro. Because who would do that?
Again, Devin.
Yeah. But
The
you're
other thing
also out there shirtless in Diddy's pool, nigga. Like,
hey,
that's a
I
bad
still
combo, bro. You're dating Young Thugs. You want a baby by Young Thugs, girl? And you in the pool with Diddy? And you paying for babies? Nah, not true. Straight women beg men for babies. I don't know. I don't know. I've never had anybody beg for babies. I just have babies show up. I just had the baby show up. They didn't have to beg shit. Trust.
They show up. They were dropped off like the stork, huh?
Hell yeah, they dropped off like the stork.
Oh, man. Hey, at least I will say this about Shakur. At least he had a girl around him when he got in that parking garage brawl. There was one there. I don't know if it was his, but at least there was a girl in the vicinity.
Oh, man, Shakur. Hey, now Shakur on them girls. That nigga's laid up with his. Is that his wife? That's his wife, right? He married. That's how a dude acts with his wife and his baby. Like,
I mean, I don't know because he followed Bud around, and now that Bud got that turkey money, he's saying he ain't never been married. So
who
I
said
don't
he ain't?
know.
Terence said he ain't never been married.
Yeah, after that turkey money hit.
I mean, that shit don't even make no sense, bro. But okay.
Yeah, that's the crazy part to me. So maybe Shakur cut from that same cloth. So that we got some chick out there. We thinking that's his boo thing or whatever. But when once he hit that big payday, it's gonna be nope. I ain't never seen it before in my life. Never ever. I mean, like that's the part that surprised me about the whole Devin Haney situation. Like, why in the world would you want people to know that you was out there with a prostitute? Wait, oh, I just had an epiphany.
What?
So a few weeks ago, they had that one fan that was on camera trying to, ask Devin, "Hey, Devin, what advice do you got for the youth?" And he was walking around with that chick in them yellow pants that had the BBL. So what did the prostitute chick mad like that? She seen that and she's like, "Nah, you was with that BBL chick. You can't see the baby unless you pay me money."
Unless you
Jealousy
pay.
at play.
Could be.
Hey, that's probably what it is. You know how it is with some women. They be getting scorned. Be like, oh yeah, I thought I was the only one, but now you out here with this chick. So that could be it. That could be it. But then again, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Can't do it. So I don't know that whole situation funny to me. That whole situation funny to me, and not the good kind of funny. The funny where it's like, damn, this is really weird, and how the hell did the nigga get caught up in this? But then again, they like father, like son, always got their nose in some funny business.
Man, that's the most fugazi shit I've ever heard of. I'm serious, man. I can't understand a man you begging a woman. I don't get that shit, bro. He's caught up in that Hollywood life, man. That's that Hollywood shit. Period.
Like, hey, he learned from Diddy.
Diddy gonna get off though. Diddy gonna get off. This shit don't sound like he about to get taken. Where's the racketeering on him? Is what I'm waiting on. I haven't been paying attention to that. Have you been paying attention to that at all?
A little bit. I've been seeing some updates here and there. I've seen like that update where it was talking about he shouldn't be interacting with the jury anymore. But
yeah, all I'm hearing is a bunch of talk about. I mean, he may be done because of like the stuff with the sexual assaults and all that, but the racketeering thing is what I'm like wondering where it is, because you have to have like some criminal, or it's about a criminal organization. So I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But what fight we got coming up, man? So yeah, Shakur. The next fight is what? Shakur? Is that the next?
Oh, there's one coming up on the 28th. I forget which one it is though.
Let me see if boxing scene is still updating things. The boxing media went to shit, bro. I used to be able to go to boxing scene to get. I remember when I could go to boxing scene to get news. The schedule. Brian Norman is fighting Thursday. This Thursday, Brian Norman fights Jin Sasaki this Thursday.
Okay. What's the one coming up on the 28th?
The one on the 28th is Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and Jean Pascal is fighting somewhere. I don't know if that's going to be on TV. So Jake Paul, but this Thursday, somewhere like in the middle of the night, Brian Norman is going to be fighting Jin Sasaki in the middle of the night. I'll probably get up for that one.
All right. Sound good.
Yeah,
I guess like the only other, and then we got the I think Clarissa fight next month. Clarissa Shields. I don't know. I don't really like her as much as I used to.
You don't like who?
Clarissa.
Why? Well, Clarissa's kind of hard to like sometimes because of the shit she be saying. Oh, Wilder. Deontay Wilder fights on the 27th. They didn't have that shit on. They didn't have that listed on Boxing Scene though.
Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad in Wichita, man. I should drive up there for that, man.
Well, yeah, that is in Wichita, huh?
Yeah, that's my home. That's where I was born, Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
I may do
Yeah.
that. Who you got on Jen Sasaki and Norman?
I don't really know too much about Jen Sasaki, but you know how it is with a lot of them fighters from over there in Asia. Like, a lot of them ain't really like, you know, as good as they seem. And then you see them come over here and it's like, yo, what is this? So I don't know if it's gonna be like, one of them random ones that's crazy good, anyway. But I don't know. I don't know because I don't really keep up with Asian boxing for real. So yeah.
Who did you say? An Asian
Like
boxer like who? Jen
like
Sasaki?
anyway. Yeah,
Man, I'm
just
gonna say right
just
now,
like
as soon as them Japanese people get their asses get over. Oh, is Jen Sasaki half black though?
is it?
I think Jen Sasaki is black. Let me check him out. One of them dudes is half black.
Huh.
Not Jen Sasaki though. Jen Sasaki's not. No, Jen Sasaki's not. See, it's the guy that I think beat Jen Sasaki. Yeah, Andy Hiroka. That's the one that's half black. Andy Hiroka, and he's fighting. He's supposed to be fighting somebody. But yeah, that's that. Hiroka. I'm rooting for Norman. I'm glad that But anyway,
Yeah, that'll be a good fight. That'll be a good fight for Norman. If he go ahead and do what we expect him to do. I mean,
I hope he gets him out of there and comes back. But now Boots left, and so what's next for Brian Norman? We're going to see all these guys now move up and weight and try to fight for these belts and claim that they're the best after purposely staying away from that weight class when the best guy in the weight class was there. But at least Jaron ain't staying there too long. I'm glad that he's moving up to 154. What do you think about him moving up to 154?
I think that is good. I think that is good for him because he was looking like a corn husk, before the weigh-in for his last fight. Like man, that stuff was crazy out there. Remember when 50 Cent lost all that weight for that one movie because he was going to be a dude that had cancer?
Yeah, man.
Man, he was on a treadmill, 3 hours a day on a liquid diet. Ended up shriveling up. Like, dang.
So we're gonna see him. What difference do you think it makes when guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good for Boots, and we'll see how much his performance improved because like what Eddie was saying in that interview is that the doctors say he's only operating at like 50% because of the weight cut. So we'll see. And then now that I think about it, Devin might not move to 147 because I think he forgot about Brian Norman. So the fact that Brian Norman got that punching power, maybe Devin might go ahead and just cap it out at like 145, 146.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Brian Norman moving forward with Top Rank in that ESPN deal. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Brian Norman. I'm hoping we can see Brian Norman against maybe Mario Barrios, Pacquiao winner, or yeah.
Oh, there was somebody that they said would be the mandatory for Barrios and Pacquiao. Some news article I saw. I forget who it was.
Yeah. Let me go look at Brunch Boxing. Put it out. I'll find it. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Give me a second.
I'm a hop off though. I'm running to a meeting, but I'll still be listening in.
Yes, sir.
All right,
bro. Hold on 1 second. Let me look and see if I can find who that is. They did order that mandatory. They got bookmarked it. No, I don't think I bookmarked it. Damn, I didn't bookmark. I'm gonna start doing a better job of bookmarking. But yeah, this definitely was ordered. There was definitely the WBC definitely ordered that fight. So hey, if somebody can find it, that would be great. If you could help me and find out who the name of that guy is. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Anyway, hey, said Broezy said Jaron Ennis was looking like a raisin. Yeah, he's looking bad, bro. He's looking really bad. My cousin knows Brian Norman. He trains in the same gym here in Atlanta. Shout out to Brian Norman and Brian Norman Sr. Brian Norman Sr. may be, hey man, Brian Norman Sr. looked like he can fight, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He looks like the real deal. I don't think Devin is gonna want to fight Brian Norman either, but I would love it. If these guys go up into that weight class and they all fight in this weight class, that could be a great little tournament, man. We got Ryan can fight at 147. Rolly's gonna fight at 147. Rolly's a 147-pound champion. Hold on, shit. Rolly Romero's a full 148-pound champion. Man, Rolly Romero is the full 148-pound champion. I forgot about that. That means that Gervonta Davis has gotten two of the reigning 147-pound champions are guys that Gervonta Davis knocked out. Two. That's where that that resume stuff went on. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hell yeah. Man, that's crazy. Give me 1 second. Let me check something. Don't let BF hear you say Haney don't want to fight nobody. He thinks Haney is a bully. No, I mean, look, he can think that. Hey, shout out to Best Fight the Best, man. I ain't talked to my guy Best Fight the Best in a long time, bro. We kind of went silent with each other because of all that drama, but that's still my guy, my man, 100 grand. Best Fight the Best. Shout out to you, Best Fight the Best. No, I don't. I would love it though. That's a good matchup though. So all these guys can just be at their weight class. But as far as Gervonta Davis's resume, Gervonta Davis has knocked out 2 of the 4 reigning champions at 147 pounds. I don't see how you can possibly say Gervonta Davis has not fought anybody when he beat 2 of the reigning champions at 147 pounds. Can you tell me anybody in boxing that has beaten 2 reigning champions in divisions of 2 divisions above them have beaten 2 of the champions in that division? Do you know what that means? Gervonta Davis's resume is incredibly good. It makes his resume significantly better than Devin Haney's resume. Significantly better than, I don't know, man. It's maybe better than everybody's resume. Can anybody tell me if there's anybody else in boxing that has beaten 2 of the champions in a division 2 weight classes above where they're fighting? Gervonta Davis has knocked out guys that were 130-pound champions, 135-pound champions, 140 champions, and 147-pound champions. His wins are aging like fine wine, bro. Man, that's pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Yep, and those fighters were also champions in other weight classes. So you can't talk about Gervonta Davis's level of competition. Gervonta Davis's level of competition is extremely high. And despite the fact that you guys claim that these people were garbage, every time he fought them, they went on and became the world champion in the division ahead of him and 2 divisions ahead of him. That's nothing. Terence Crawford has never done that. Terence Crawford has never done that. Just so you know. David Lynch said, what's up, Fanon? Saturday, can we get some film study on Sweet Pea? He's one of my pound for pound best. Let me see something. Let me see. Yeah, we can do it. Absolutely, we can do it. Give me 1 second. I don't have a lot of footage on him. All right, I'll look at it. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got it. We can go. Yeah, we can go over the Pernell Whitaker Oscar De La Hoya fight. Man, it was one of the worst robberies in boxing history, man. I was so disappointed, man. There's no way on this planet, dog. Let me tell you for sure. There is absolutely no way on this planet, dog. None. That Oscar De La Hoya beat Pernell Whitaker, bro. There's no way that he beat him. That was an example of somebody throwing a whole bunch of punches that didn't land and somebody getting a fight. One of the worst robberies I've ever seen, bro, was Pernell. Oscar De La Hoya didn't do shit to Pernell Whitaker, bro. Didn't do nothing to Pernell Whitaker. But yeah, hey, are you here, Brian? Hey, Greg. Bruce, you can be here. Greg, if you here, we can go through it. We can do it. Hopefully Greg can make it, man, and we can have a couple people do that panel. Yeah, it's one of the worst robberies I've ever seen, man. Because Oscar De La Hoya was throwing a lot of punches and none of them were landing. And Pernell Whitaker was landing shots and Oscar De La Hoya was not landing shots, and it was ridiculous. And Oscar De La Hoya knew he lost. Oscar De La Hoya to this day knows he lost that fight. But it was a situation because Oscar De La Hoya was the big name and he was up and coming, that, you know, that the boxing powers that be were going to give that fight to Oscar De La Hoya. It was just one of the worst robberies that I've ever seen, man. I mean, absolutely terrible, 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 terrible robbery. If y'all know any bigger robberies, let me know. But I don't know too many bigger robberies. There are a lot of people that acted like Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez was a really, really big robbery. To me, that wasn't a big robbery. That was a fight that honestly could have went either way. But a lot of people were just like, oh, yeah, Oscar De La Hoya, Gennady Golovkin beat Canelo Alvarez. It was a convincing win. It wasn't that way for me. But the Pernell Whitaker fight with Oscar De La Hoya, oh, my God, that was bad, bro. But, you know, some people say that Oscar De La Hoya got his comeuppance when he fought Pernell Whitaker, because some people think that Oscar got robbed against Pernell Whitaker. But really, that was when Oscar De La Hoya started running around the ring on Pernell Whitaker that made it that way, you know. But man, I like this show in the morning. You know why? Because I can go longer when I go at 8 than I can when I go on at 9 o'clock. So I'm back at 8 o'clock, bro. Hey, thank you, bro. Jay Mills said, doing my part. Salutes and respect, Mr. Martin, in the chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you supporting the channel, man. I really do. I thought Ike Corte versus Oscar De La Hoya was a robbery. No, I didn't. I thought Oscar De La Hoya beat Ike Corte, but it was a good fight. But I thought Oscar De La Hoya won that fight. The fight I'm talking about was absolutely positively. And when I'm telling you absolutely positively a robbery, I mean that shit was absolutely positively a robbery, bro. I mean, it's like shit was just no way, bro. You know? It was like no way, bro. But don't worry, I already got the highlights prepared, bro. I already got it prepared, bro. What? Trinidad? He lost to Trinidad. Hey, thank you. Hey, by the way, Thomas Hill, thank you for supporting in the Cash App, brother. That is how we're able to continue to do the channel. So thank you to everybody that supports in the Super Chats and the Cash App. It really makes a huge difference to the channel. And we're back to our 8 o'clock start time. I'm going to let you know we're back to 8 a.m. because that allows me to go longer because, bro, my body works real funny. Like right around a certain time, I start getting tired and I don't want to work. So I have to start early. I might even go back to 7 a.m., go all the way back to 7 a.m. so I can just work and have a really, really long live stream, bro. Because I like talking to y'all about a bunch of different stuff, man. And Andre Lewis said, good morning, sir. Anyone planning on going to see Davis Roach fight live? I think it's going to be fight of the year, not that Crawford Canelo crap. Yeah, bro. You said he was running from Sweepy. No, my bad. He was running from Purnell. My bad. I mean, Brock Howard, you're right. He was running from Tito Trinidad. He was running like a woo. Man, he was running from Tito Trinidad in that fight, man. I don't know if I have any Tito. I don't think I have any Tito. It's crazy. I got to deal with something where I can get certain fighters, bro, but I don't think I have any. Oh, I got that. I got that too. All right. All right, cool. Got him. I got him done. I love partnering with these people, man. I already got it. You're going to you're going to the rematch that's up. All right, Andy Gill, I'll do a little Tito. I can do a little Tito. If y'all put something in the Cash App, I can do it now. I got to do that on the Cash App, bro, because I have to pay to show those tweets. So I'm going to do it on Saturday. I'm going to do all of those on Saturday. And we're going to hopefully we can get a really good habit and really good live streams on Saturday where we go over these fights and we go through these fights. Because, man, it's really fun to do. The Cardina said, I think Sweet Pea going up in weight affected him just a little bit when he fought Oscar, but he still was pretty sharp. Yeah, I mean, Oscar was the much bigger fighter. Much bigger fighter, much stronger fighter, without a doubt, he was. So, yeah, he's going to turn out to it. Don't get me wrong, bro. Oscar De La Hoya is a great fighter, but he's just not on the level of he was just not on the level of Pernell Whitaker, bro. Pernell Whitaker can just do too much. Man, Bird 101, brother. Thank you so much for that $5 holler. He says some support in the Cash App. Thank you, Bird 101. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much, man. You're a great regular contributor to the channel, brother. Thank you so much, man. Means a ton. Hey, Fanon, I gotta go take my daughter to get lab work. All right, man, get back, David Lynch. Always good to see you, bro. Make sure you get back on the channel sometime, brother. I hope everything goes well with the lab work and everything's cool with your daughter and her health. For sure. Knock on wood, even though I don't know if this is real wood yet. Yeah, I don't know. This may be something other than wood. Knock on some wood, man. You know what I mean? Don't forget to wish oh man, happy birthday to man of the page. Roberto Duran, the hands of stone. Happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday, happy birthday, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy birthday. We got to get some Duran out there too. Because Duran is like that, bro. Really, 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 really like that. So you guys got to make sure you come on Saturday. You just got to make sure you're there on Saturday, bro. Make sure you're there on Saturday. Don't do me dirty and not be there on Saturday. But man, Roberto Duran, what a great fighter. Somebody else I didn't appreciate until later in his boxing career was Roberto Duran. That guy was, man, do you ever see that sparring footage with him and Nigel Benn? Man, he beat the tar out of Nigel Benn in sparring. It was like it was a joke to him sparring Nigel Benn. He was just an upper level skilled fighter. I still think that it is disrespectful that Floyd Mayweather Jr. said that Roberto Duran is a better fighter than Muhammad Ali. It's like, man, come on, Floyd. Even though I can see what Floyd's talking about because Floyd is such a highly skilled fighter. But, you know, Floyd's style has not necessarily been the best for boxing because these guys want to do all of the defensive stuff, but they're never really sitting down on their punches, really breaking people down when they have the opportunity to do it. Jay Milton, the Bill said, I was traveling for my birthday, so happy Dad's Day to you, Mr. Martin, and all the real men of fatherhood. Salute. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. That means a ton. Thank you for the Father's Day salute. And happy, I didn't do, just so you know, Jay Mills, I did not do a show on Friday. I mean, I did not do a show on Father's Day. I took Father's Day off for myself and just had a real good, relaxing time on Father's Day. But I would like to say, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Belated happy Father's Day. And thank you for your support, Jay Mills. You've been holding the channel down for sure. Big time. Oscar was trying to backhand him, and he was missing terribly with Sweet Pea. Seriously, man, the fight, I don't even think that fight was really close, to tell you the truth. I don't even think the fight was close. I thought it was a lopsided win for Pernell Whitaker. And that was defensive mastery, not this stuff that we're seeing now. Phoenix said, watching these dudes try to imitate Floyd is like watching Tubi movies. Yeah, I mean, if we'll do a net on this Saturday, make sure you guys come by this Saturday when we do this, because we're going to be featuring top-ranked fighters on Saturday, and we're going to do it again. Man, make sure you guys come on through. But back to the original part of this, man, that original conversation I was having. Same to you, Bird 101. Thank you, bro. For real. Thank you, man. It means a lot, bro. You hit me with like $5 a day. That adds up, brother. So thank you so much. It means a ton. But back to the original point of this, man. Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, that's going to be the fight of the year. That's the card of the year. And if you notice that there's absolutely nobody checking for the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, like there's no real buzz about that fight, because neither one of those fighters have they both basically, they're making this fight when both of these guys have disheartened fan bases and trying to make a fight that is not a natural fight, right? That did not grow. It's just something that was made up in their head. If you have a fight that naturally grows over a period of years and then you get it, man, those are the big fights. Like Mayweather and Pacquiao naturally grew over a course of years, and it wound up being that way. Ali versus Frazier, that fight grew over a period of years, and it wound up. You can't just magically snap your fingers and say, okay, I'm going to connect this fight and this fight, and now I'm going to make the Thriller in Manila, right? Or what was the fight of the century? I think the fight of the century last year was was Ali Frazier 1. That you can't, those are circumstances around that fight that makes the fight huge. And the fight was an exciting fight, so it made it an exciting fight and everybody was satisfied with it. That's a big fight. That's not what we're getting with Canelo Alvarez. It's not what we're getting with Canelo Alvarez, and that's not what we're getting with Terence Crawford's fight, man. You're getting that with to a degree, not obviously not to that large a degree, but you're getting that with Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach because this fight is a naturally built fight. The first fight happened. It was a controversial fight the first time. So the second fight is going to be naturally be bigger because people want to know whether or not it was a fluke or whether or not, how the fight's going to turn out. The Tank fans are waiting for him to get redemption, while the Tank haters are waiting to see Lamont Roach end his win streak and knock him off his square. That's why I'm saying it's going to be that fight is a much bigger fight and a much more important fight for boxing than Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, because neither one of those guys get affected by that fight. Terence Crawford doesn't really lose anything if he loses, and Canelo Alvarez doesn't really lose anything if he loses, right? I mean, I guess Canelo Alvarez loses something if he loses, but it's not any real big thing for everybody else to be involved, man. It's just not, The Cardina said, I think Usyk versus Dubois 2 will be bigger than Bud and Canelo. Maybe. I'm more excited about that fight, Usyk and Dubois, but I got to tell you, I think it's bullshit, though, because you know what they're going to do? He's going to look – well, Danny Dubois is coming off of the knockout win against Anthony Joshua. And who did he duck? Not duck. Who did he skip out of fighting? Was it Martin Bacoli he skipped out of fighting? Something happened. I can't remember who he skipped out of fighting. Andrew Lewis said, nobody asked for this fight. Is trash. Yeah, nobody asked for it. Turkey thinks he's a genie. Yeah, you just can't. That's like people want to see fights because there's tension built up between the fighters. There's no tension between Bud and Canelo. There's real tension between Canelo and David Benavidez. Yeah, he ducked Bacoli. And then Bacoli threw the fight. Yeah, he got out of Bacoli. He got out of the Bacoli fight and was given an Usyk fight. Surprise, surprise. He got sick and had to pull out of the Saudi fight. Yeah, how convenient for him that he got out of fighting. Well, I mean, it's not convenient because he missed out on the payday, I guess, but he gets to fight for an undisputed championship as a result of getting sick. Exactly, man. Joseph, yeah, he was supposed to fight. He's supposed to fight Joseph Parker, and Martin Bacoli got knocked out by Joseph Parker. Yeah, how very, very convenient. How very convenient for everybody involved that Joseph Parker got rid of Martin Bacoli and Daniel Dubois gets to go up and fight for a unification. I mean, gets to fight for an undisputed title shot against Alexander Usyk. Madmarov said he was sick fighting Virgil. Hey, could have been. The Cardina said 3 boxers got sick. Hey, man, very convenient. Because Floyd Schofield is that the fight that Floyd Schofield got sick on? Is that Floyd Schofield? Floyd Schofield got sick. Dubois got sick. Who else got sick in Saudi? Who else got sick in Saudi? Who was the other one? Who's the third that got sick in Saudi? Madmarov. Oh, Madmarov, Dubois, and Floyd Schofield all got sick there. I'm telling you right now, I never believed that Floyd Schofield shit. Like I think they took some. If you ever watch Harry Potter, the Weasley brothers had this shit, these candies you could take to get sick, to magically get sick and get out of classes. I think he took one of them Wizard Weasleys. For now, I'd be more excited to see Frank Martin versus Shakur or Keyshawn than Canelo and Bud. Yeah, bro. Every video I do, bro, it's like a dud conversation. I'm telling you, it's a dud conversation because there's no fans behind Canelo, bro. Like, if you're a Canelo fan, can you put a 1 in the chat if you're a Canelo fan? Please do me a favor, man. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you're a Canelo Alvarez fan? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Canelo Alvarez fan. Weasley whippets and shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's nothing to talk about. Yeah, it's nothing to talk about for real. I'm telling you, man, nobody give a shit about it, bro. Hey, you hearing anything behind the scenes on Frank Martin? No, that just Frank Martin's waiting for the date. All I heard is that he's waiting for a date. I didn't hear anything else. Okay, so Curly J's a Canelo fan. Burr Weezy's a Canelo fan. Jay Henderson's a Canelo fan. Man. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's Amanda Seals. I thought that was a girl. Okay. I'd like Canelo, but he's avoiding the fights we want to see. Okay. All right, so put a 3 in the chat if you're a Bud fan. He said, I'm not one, but I know they are. I just know they're not here, Bruce Gass. I just know they're not here. I'm just telling you that I cannot get any motion on that fight, which means the black fan base is really not. You're not going to get a lot of black people watching that fight. That man says, you got niggas saying 0. Hell no, man. Y'all said fuck Bud 0, 0, 0. Yeah, I'm not a Bud fan anymore, man. Bud disappointed me, man. Bud really disappointed me when he talked bad about me. Like, for real. I can't lie, bro. I was like, bro, I've invited. First of all, Bud cannot ever have no issue with me because I asked his boy, Bernie the Boxer, to come to my show at least 9 times. 9 times. Bernie the Boxer and them niggas complained about me, and I asked him to come on my channel to talk to me 9 times. Bernie the Boxer would go anywhere but here. Bernie the Boxer would talk shit about me. I would even go to the live stream and say, Bernie, you're invited, and they would just not even say anything about my comment in the comment section, bro. The Cardenas said, you don't turn Superman at 35, never in the history of boxing. That's because more than likely Bud is on that ooze. More than likely Bud is juicing, bro. More than likely Bud is juicing. For real. But my question is Victor Conte going to be able to pull off the juice? Man, if I had $500 million, bro, that I just wanted to blow, bro, I swear I would put it down on cracking down on this juice and cracking down on Victor Conte and these people in boxing using this juice, bro, because I don't believe you old ass boxers, bro. You know what? I think all you boxers doing your shit over 35 are juicing. I'm not playing this shit no more. You got way too many 35-year-old dudes that are 35, 40-year-old dudes that are just fresh as daisies, bro. I don't buy it, bro. I think you guys are. I think the mere fact that the age of boxing went up, the average age of champions has gone up, tells you that these people are juicing. Because it's allowing these guys to develop their skill over longer periods of time and their strength and conditioning and their ability to respond and all that stuff. Jay Henderson said, I heard Vada pulled up on Bud the other day, his first Vada test in 5 years. For real? You being real about that? Jay Henderson, you for real? Yeah, they got grown man strut at 35, 40 years old, bro. I'm not believing you, bro. Like, I'm not believing you, dog. I don't believe basketball players that are running 100 miles an hour at 38 years old, dude. What's on video? Yeah, I don't believe LeBron. I've been telling y'all about LeBron juicing, bro. I've been telling y'all that I thought LeBron was juicing. LeBron is just obvious with his shit. You know? Yeah, he put it online. He was getting tested. He was getting tested like a guilty person. Bud and Vada on video. Yeah, they pulled up on him and he taped. Is that the first time he's ever been up there? Yeah, NBA is just a rigged sport, bro. Period, bro. NBA is just rigged, period, dog. They don't have the best basketball players in there anymore. I was done with the NBA with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, bro. I was done with him in the Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. And I am not bullshitting with you, dog. I got done with the NBA pretty much when I was like, okay, these dudes have too much power in the NBA. They basically own the league. They do own the league, in fact. You know? LeVar Aiken said, Martin, Boots Ennis is at 154, so Crawford's not fighting there anymore. Other fighters leaving 154 pound also. Who else is leaving? Who else is leaving? I'm just telling you, if I had $500 million, I would put that shit on catching every single one of these drug cheats, bro. Just to be spiteful, bro, because I'm serious, man. You guys cheat too much, bro. You niggas is you guys are way too old. You're way too old and have been working out at that level. Do you know how early your body is supposed to be breaking down when you train year round for how many years? Your body is supposed to break down, bro. Bud is not smoke, not drink, and he's been in training camp. According to Terence Crawford has been in the gym for the last 15 years. Nonstop for 15 years, bro, and your body ain't breaking down yet? Dog, I don't believe it. Fanon, did you see Joe Rogan talk about Tank training for Roach rematch? He thinks Tank's power is scary. Tank is coming to trash Roach. Oh, he was watching him? No. Hey, Tank, can you give me the link? Joe Rogan and Tank, give me the link. Give me the link. Give me the link. Yes, sir. Jameson Children said that's what those snack packs will do for you. It turned Bud into a super soldier. Yeah, this nigga is like he's literally Captain America in this bitch. Bud turned into Captain America, dog. He does not get older, dog. He does not get older. He got gray hair, but his body don't keep going. Jay, the facts is he was complaining but fought like 6 times as he was competing but fought like 6 times in 7 years. I think that's what Errol Spence was talking about with Bud. I think he was talking about Bud when he said people can go away for 2 years, get all jacked up, because pretty much that's what Bud did. He pretty much just had one fight. He's at 147. He has a fight in 154 real fast, and he goes up and boom, he's in 168, bro. Come on, Bud. Fight Canelo clean, dog. Let me try to guilt contest you. Let me try to guilt trip you niggas. Why don't you guys ever want to fight anybody fair? You guys don't want fair fights. You guys want mismatched fights. You don't want fair fights, you cheaters. You want fights so you can put your fingers on the scale. That's why I talk about like y'all like here for all y'all talk all that crazy street nigga shit. Once I started talking street nigga shit, all of a sudden y'all go quiet as a bird. Y'all get quiet. You ever notice how quiet the street niggas got once I started doing street niggas, once I started talking like a hellified street nigga? You know what I mean? Because don't you, hey, believe you me, I got hellified street niggas in my family for sure. But so once I started acting like a hellified street ninja, all y'all want to get quiet all of a sudden. Ain't no hellified street ninjas out there no more. Ain't nobody out there showing me their guns no more. Ain't nobody. All of a sudden, bro, y'all get mighty quiet, bro. Mighty quiet, dog. Same thing here, bro. Same thing here. Same thing here. I really, really hope you guys get caught for all this fucking cheating you're doing. You cheating, you talking all that shit, but when it's time, you be cheating again. Well, we both know cheaters if you ask Kamal Oz. Well, they are both. Yes, they're both cheaters. Absolutely. Canelo Alvarez has been been doing this dumb shit in his career for years, man. Like, dude, I can't even remember when Canelo Alvarez was being serious about competing and fighting all the guys that were coming. All this shit is make-believe shows, man. I think it's people to fail to realize, but doesn't have a lot of speed. 10 years, he had average speed. You need speed and size to naturally beat Canelo. Look, the highlights that I've been looking with Terence Crawford and comparing Terence Crawford to like Tommy Hearns, bro, Terence Crawford is not Tommy Hearns. He does not have the hand speed Tommy Hearns has. And he doesn't have the power Tommy Hearns has. It just makes me, seriously, man, I'm watching him. I'm really studying Bud. Dog, the fact that his gloves blew up in that fight make me feel funny. Like, for real, like the fact that he had his gloves literally explode on him in a fight in front of everybody. He got in there with worn-ass gloves that exploded in a boxing ring. And it's like nobody said anything about it. Kind of like how Oscar De La Hoya said that there's 6 people that tested positive out of Eddie Reynoso's camp. But the mainstream media almost says nothing about the number of people, the number of steroided up ass people that were in that gym. From Oscar Valdez. Oh, she said, Tucson said they blew up multiple times. Exactly. They blew up behind and they blew up in the ring. Dude, you literally got exactly how do your gloves blow up? But I ain't supposed to think he's a cheater. Oh, okay, thanks. Okay, got you. Yeah, how do your gloves broke up? His gloves blew up in the Mamarov fight? 2 cent. Can you click the link, 2 cent? You saying they broke up? They blew up in the Mad Morale fight? I didn't know they blew up in the Mad Morale fight, bro. I didn't mean to call you bro. Sorry about that. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just put it up when I go. Yes, sir. Hey, 2 Cent, hit the link. I don't remember that. 2 Cent, you said it hit they in the Mad Morale fight?
Yeah, from my understanding, they said two pair. No, they said both of his pair blew
That was
up.
the Avenetian fight.
No. It happened in the Avenesian fight and the Madrimal fight. Because if you watch the Madrimal fight, he was fighting in those Grant gloves, not the Everlast, because they said the gloves he had busted in the back, and so I believe he had to end up using a pair of Madrimal gloves or something like that. If you go back and watch the commentators for that fight, they was talking about it, and I brought it up, and then people just, oh, you hate Jaron Crawford. But I'm like, why does nigga gloves keep busting, y'all? What's going on?
Hold on, the gloves busted.
Hey, if anybody can find a clip for that, them talking about that, because wasn't it Sean Porter commentating that fight?
I think so.
And he was talking about, and I was looking at Sean like, Sean, you know that shit. He was kind of like, that ain't normal, but he was trying to act like it wasn't nothing. But I think they said both of his gloves busted, and he ended up having to use the Grant gloves, and that's why I was like, Bud ain't got his magic gloves. That's why he wasn't pushing Madrim off back or nothing like that in that ring.
Because Bud don't got his magic gloves. That makes sense, bro. I like no joke. I got like this highlight, like, dude, Bud does not throw a whole lot of like he doesn't land a bunch of combinations. He really does find like pot shot and to find one big shot that stops you. Pretty much and hurts you. And then he gets you out. But the fight is even up until he does that.
Part of me is wondering if Bud was carrying a lot of these fighters, but the thing too also is he's not knocking people out. So this power people think Bud got, like, where? And they're like, oh, he stopped everybody at 147. He stopped them, but he didn't knock them out with power. So where is the power coming from? And y'all think he gonna stop Canelo? And y'all think him stopping Canelo is not gonna confirm the suspicions that everybody have about him? You think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he great? No, we're gonna be like, how do you go up 2 weight classes at your age and stop Canelo, who's barely ever been rocked? Like, knock him out at that. Maybe you can stop him, maybe get a stoppage, maybe. But to knock out Canelo, that's ludicrous. Like, that shouldn't even be in your consciousness. Like, how do you think Terence Crawford's gonna knock out Canelo when he's
That's crazy.
anyway?
I didn't realize it happened again.
Yes, Fanon.
I did not realize it happened twice. Yeah, he's cheating. I'm sorry, bro. I think you're cheating.
But now, we didn't already broke this down. You know, we didn't. It happened in the Jeff Horn fight. He got caught trying to use gloves with no padding in them.
What?
Yeah, that's been going on his whole career, Fanon. Look it up.
I'm gonna look it up. Hey, can you email me this shit?
I'm gonna see if I can find. You know, Ross had all the info.
Oh, you talking about Ross from the channel, Ross?
Yeah, we broke this all the way down. We got all the facts and everything. People just I don't know.
His
But
videos all got taken down, didn't they?
Yeah, his channel got terminated.
God, that nigga was crazy. I like him though.
But he had the pictures of everything. He had the pictures of the glove from the Jeff Horn fight. It was those Everlast MX 80s, I think they call, with the horsehair in them.
I remember that.
Yeah. And so
Jeff Horn wouldn't let him fight with those gloves.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
So
I
it was
think
Jeff Horn.
one of them didn't. I think it was like one of them didn't have the proper padding in it or something to that effect.
Oh my God, that's crazy. 3 times, no fucking way.
Yeah, man.
That makes sense. That's why his shit lands like that. Because his shit lands like a bomb. Like it's like one punch, boom. Yeah, he might be carrying him with some shit in his. But you know what the thing is? He's a great fighter. I mean, I know he's a great fighter. But when cats want to take every single solitary advantage that they can have, man, from faking out Errol Spence Jr. when Errol was prepared for the fight, faking him out and fighting somebody else to wait till after he has another car accident to come back and fight him. And then Errol looks like absolute garbage. I mean, he looked terrible before the fight.
I feel like Terence Crawford ruined that fight. I feel like Terence ruined that fight, trying to be too strategic. You know, like I get it. It's boxing. You want to do this and do that and get all the advantages you can get. I understand that. I'm not crying about that. It's boxing. But he just ruined the fight. Like you wanted to wait. You wanted to wait another car accident. You wanted to get him at a moment where he couldn't even really be competitive. And I know people gonna say, "Oh, you're making excuses," but it is what it is. He took the fight. So I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, like, I feel like Terence really ruined that fight, doing all of that.
He did. He ruined it. You could see in the pay-per-views he ruined it because there were so many. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. I'm not going to do it. No, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Just playing all those games, man, trying to get more money, trying to get the fight taken off of Showtime and put on some hedge fund. It's just he was just playing all these stupid fucking games the entire time. And then for him to know that he had already signed to fight David Avenetian while he was asking for them to give him more information on the contract that he had, the more visibility into the contract, just asking for extra shit to carry on the negotiations while you're having a whole nother set of negotiations that you're not being honest and upfront with. Man, I mean, seriously, bro, just listening to that, that dude is fugazi as fuck, bro. He just is. Like, there's no way around. There's no two ways about it. If what you're telling me is true, and I'm telling you, it's not that I don't want to know these things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, Bud, you had glove issues in 3 fights. 1, you don't have enough padding, and 2, another one, both pairs of your gloves bust, and then in a 3rd one, both sets of your gloves bust. What the fuck? Like, bro, stop cheating, man.
When I typically bring it up on other panels, they try to make it seem like it happens, like, oh, it happens, and I'm like,
I don't care if it happens
so often. How does that keep happening to you? I can see if it happens, but why does it keep happening to you so often? But you know, Everlast came out and wrote that statement in the Avenetian fight, so that's why people was kind of like, oh, Everlast wrote a statement, so it kind of got swept under the
but Everlast statement was full of shit because they said that it came from a defective batch. How long? Those gloves were old as fuck. The gloves he had on was old as fuck. They weren't old. They weren't
like that. If you look up those MX80 gloves, they look like wrinkled up because they don't.
Listen, I'm telling you, I have looked at those fucking gloves, all magnified. All around the edges, the pieces, the coloring on the top was coming off. No, it wasn't just fucked up where the glove were. It was ripped in like 3 different areas. And it had all kind of wear and tear. Matter of fact, the shit looked dirty. Like, no, this was a used pair of gloves. Very clearly a used pair of gloves. A gloves that he had in his hands and beat on a wall or was sparring with. That took me back to, you remember when Nicholas, what's that guy's name? That claimed that Tyson Fury had worn, that put in, basically fought in sparring with loaded gloves with the padding taken out. It's Nicholas something. I can't remember his name. But the gloves looked like those gloves. They looked old. I remember the fact that it happened again.
In his last fight at that.
Dude, dirty, bro. That dude is just dirty. That's just a cheat. And now you're 35 years old jumping up 40 pounds at 37 years old. You're 37 years old, and you got 40 fights, and you're jumping up that big after 40 fights. You should have been at your top weight class, but you got that. You're like dude. He'd have to be a genetic superhero at 37 years old, because that's how old when he fought. He was 36 when he fought, going on 37 when he fought Errol at 147. You're gonna put on that much muscle at 37, between 36 and 38 years old?
Yep.
Man, get the fuck out of here,
in
bro.
a year, Fanon, in a year.
Well, over the course of 2 years, because he went to 147, then he went to 154, then 168. He had the one fight that allowed him to get a fight in over the course of that 2 years. He put the initial weight. He put the initial amount of weight on against Madmarov, but Madmarov only had 11 fights. That's not a real fight.
Oh no, Fanon. He had an extensive amateur pedigree.
Yeah, right. Still.
That was the reasoning. I mean, it's like this high standard for these boxers really only applies to PBC fighters. And I hate to be saying that, but it's true. Like, if you seriously comb through Terence Crawford's resume and you look at these quote unquote big name fighters and top fighters and the time he fought them, he's an opportunist, and it is what it is. Look at all his big fights. Kell Brook coming down in weight, this and that, been campaigning at a higher weight, short notice, trainer didn't want to trade. I mean, we can go through the list. We keep repeating it all the time. And I mean, it's always like, you don't want to say Terence Crawford is a bad fighter, because he's not, but it's hard to be like, oh, he's just so super great. Because he got the accolades, yes. But what is if you take Terence Crawford accolades away, then what? Who is Terence Crawford without the accolades?
You mean without the undisputed, and just saying?
Yeah.
He's somebody that beat Errol Spence.
That's it.
That's it.
Beat Errol Spence at the end of his career, looking like his last fight, because shit, Earl ain't came back.
Man, that's it. Because at 135, there's nothing he really did at 135 of note. He got the champion, but it's not anything of note at 135. Ricky Burns and Ray Beltran and Yuriorkis Gamboa. At 140, there was nothing really there when he was at 140. At 147, he really didn't beat anybody in 147 that was like, yeah, this guy's they were all over the hill, except for Errol. And Errol looked like he was on drugs in the fight. And that just is what he looks like. I know y'all want to hold on it like he doesn't look like he was, but he looked like he had COVID or some shit. And they said he was injured, but he had to take the fight because he was frozen out from a fight for a couple years, man. Everybody got to earn a living. It just seems like Terence Crawford I don't like fucking with people that think they slick. You know what I mean? Always trying to be slick. So
he been tricking the game for too long for now.
Man, that shit gonna catch up to him though.
And I don't think people realize that Terence is stuck in the 54 division with this Canelo fight. I know that sounds crazy because it's like, oh, why can you duck to go? But it's like, guys, the Canelo fight, like, come on. I will much rather see Terence Crawford fight the people at the 54 division. He said he was going to 54 for another undisputed run. I would love to see that. I don't care if you think Terence Crawford can beat everybody at 54. He's so good that the only person that's good enough to compete with him is Canelo. Come on, y'all. That's not true.
And Canelo ain't even the best person in that division because there's Benavidez who he should be fighting because Canelo should be fighting him. Shit is ridiculous. But I mean, you got me on that. I didn't want to listen to Rick, man. I try not to do a lot of salacious stuff. But Rick, I remember when he was doing all of that stuff, and I was like, man, because he was like, Martin, he's cheating. And I, just kind of like the thing with Tyson Fury's glove, when people were like telling me to look at it. I was like, I know there's cheating in boxing, man, but I don't want to talk about it all the time and run people down. But bro, you can't have fucked up gloves 3 times, bro. and then pop up here trying to put on 40 fucking pounds in 2 years. Like, nah, bro.
Well, the thing is, Fanon, it's not like you. I mean, it's boxing, like, but it's not like we're literally just trying to tear you down. Like, you're doing it right in front of our face, bro. Like, you're very bold about it, in my opinion. And so,
Extraordinarily bold about
when
it.
people observe it and they talk about it, like nobody's trying to tear you down. It's not like I'm basing these things off of nothing out of thin air because I quote unquote just don't like you. No, like I got facts and things to back up why I feel this way and why I think this. I'm not saying it's 100%, but shit, that's my 2 cents about the situation based off the things that I know and the evidence that I've seen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
ma'am. Excuse me.
so this Canelo fight gonna be interesting. Turkey's making the quote unquote making the ring smaller. What do you think about that? People are saying now that making the ring smaller not gonna make a difference. So I'm like, then why is he making it smaller?
Who say? Hold on. It's not going to make it. Who? In what context are they saying?
Well,
it's not
Shakur came out and said, I think he came out and said something to the extent like it ain't gonna affect nothing, it's gonna make it worse or something like that. And I think Devin Haney came out and said, well, my footwork and my jab making the ring smaller ain't gonna matter. And so I'm like, well, what's the point of making it smaller?
We'll see if it. We'll see if it won't make a difference or not. They saying it. We'll see. Small rings tend to make differences. You know.
I don't know. It's definitely going to make a difference in that Canelo Bud fight for sure. For sure.
Oh, it will for him. He's gonna get knocked out in a small ring. Because if he has to fight him, he's gonna get knocked out in that ring.
Because like, I don't know. I mean, and then the fight is in the afternoon. The fight's at like 2:00 on a Saturday.
Yeah. You know, hopefully my niece doesn't have like a birthday party that day.
I'm probably already gonna be doing something. I don't even know, but
like hopefully my crazy.
And I think they're saying it's a 50-50 fight for now.
It is, and that's why I'm telling you that nobody's really thinking much of Canelo if they think this is a 50-50 fight. It shouldn't be a 50-50 fight. It should be a fight where Canelo is seriously has a serious advantage, unless people think that he's done. You know,
that's I don't know. Saying. So if Canelo's done, right, and Crawford beats him, what does that mean? You beat a done Canelo? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, if Canelo's done, he trash, he this, he that, but then Crawford goes and beats him, how does that make Crawford great?
It doesn't. Just like, oh, I'm sorry, we can take that a step backwards. Since Errol isn't worthy of the Hall of Fame, according to Terence Crawford, then Terence Crawford's not done anything in his career.
Yeah, I wonder why he discredited his biggest win. I don't know why he did that.
Because he's always trying to be slick. Because instead of just giving a straight answer, he's always got to be a contrarian and say something opposite of where you think somebody's going to say. So absolutely not, he isn't. Like, dude, he's just being a dick. That's all. I mean, I can look at Terence Crawford's face. Terence Crawford looks at somebody and it's like, how can I be a dick to this person? Like, if you listen to what like Dave from that dude named Dave, he said he just walked up to Terence and was like, "Hey, champ," and he got and Terence Crawford flipped on him. Like, he just is the dude, just an asshole, man. Like, and you can see it. Dude's just an ass.
That's sorry. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. They acting like his fans acting like they want to see this fight, but like you said,
he's got a media echo machine. He don't even have no fans.
Yeah, that's true.
Bud is an honorary. Bud is in the media. Bud has been taken on as an honorary white boy.
Ooh, that's pretty deep.
He is. He's the honorary white boy in the media, bro. Seriously, everybody that usually jumps on the back of black people supports Bud to a number. You don't hear anybody talking. People used to talk about
because of his connections, though.
No, people used to talk bad about Bud when when people were supporting Bud, when he was with Top Rank before he became undisputed. The media wasn't giving him shit. He didn't get to be where they were starting to put him on television shows and all of that stuff until the Errol Spence Jr. fight where they were like, okay, we can capitalize on him now because he beat Errol. But that's all he is. He's just an honorary white boy. Look at how look at all the shows he's getting put on. He's running around holding hands with Turkey Al-Sheikh, getting put on all these shows. He was never getting any of that shit during the beginning of his career when black folk were supporting him. He don't have any black people supporting him. He's got white folk that got money behind him supporting him, hoping that he can get the black people to support him. That's all he is. I mean, seriously, that's all he is right now is an honorary white boy. He does not have the support of the black community at all. And they're trying to manufacture this support from him. They got him on all kind of stupid videos with him throwing the football and wrestling and putting him on. Man, that's an orchestrated attempt to get him to be friendly to white people. He's not going on Joe Rogan to attract black people.
True.
He's going on Joe. He don't want to have nothing to do with going places that you're really going to see a lot of black folk.
That's
Unless
true.
I'm wrong. Has he been on with I could be wrong.
I think he's been on with like Gillian Wallow and
yeah, that don't
Breakfast
count because that's
Club.
big. That's crossover. That's big. He's not
He
doing
definitely
anything.
don't go to no like small black. Nah, he don't.
Small
go
black don't do that, man.
He'll go to smaller white channels though.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't see him on people channel with like 500 subscribers. Like, why are you doing the interview over here, bud?
Because of who owns that channel. Because of who owns the channel. Same reason that little midget nigga, Mr. He was in his house playing spades. Same reason. He hired CA. So they are putting him out and trying to make him a big name. Bill, I'm telling you, Terence Crawford's never going to be a big name.
I thought about that after the Spence fight. I was like, if Terence Crawford doesn't ride this momentum after the Spence fight, he's done. And he did not ride that momentum. Like, he should have went to 54. He should have fought a Jamel or Fundora. You know, he should have fought one of those fights and rode that momentum from the Spence fight. But instead, you go fight Madrimov, somebody with 11 fights, and you the best fighter on the planet, and you're fighting somebody with 11 fights, and everybody cool with that? Y'all was cool with that because he had a good amateur pedigree. Like, that matters in the pros. It doesn't.
Nope.
But
no.
You know, these fighters don't get held to these crazy standards, and like the hypocrisy is just getting so obvious to see at this point, because what you're realizing is all these people that was champion for their favorite fighters to go over there with Turkey. I feel like Turkey put them in a trick bag. Turkey got all these fighters with these certain styles, so he can match them up with fighters with other styles, put them in little ass rings and put them at a disadvantage, and make them fight in ways that they don't want to fight or that they don't normally fight. Because my thing is, it'll be great if Shakur Stevenson go in there and just dominate Zepeda like everybody's saying, but when is the last time he just dominated somebody? Like, he's just not that type of a fighter. He definitely hasn't done it at 35. He ain't been in there dogging fighters like he was doing at 30. So now it was old turkey, and now it's like, oh, he Shakur Stevenson and Devin, he making the ring smaller, and he doing this, he doing that. And I'm like, no, y'all champion for them to go over there, so they over there now. Y'all gonna watch Turkey slowly and more slowly try to change things up with boxing to the point where it's just whatever he want to see or whatever they got going on. And then he gonna turn TKO in the Hunger Games. And it's gonna be all y'all fault because y'all just champion it, and y'all been championing Turkey for so long, y'all cannot call him out on his BS until it's probably gonna be too late. But the ABC has already told him, if you change any of the rules, it won't be professional
That
boxing.
ain't boxing.
So I'm not even sure how that goes to just being like, if you're going to fight with me, it's going to be an 18 by 18 ring. If he doesn't do that for all of his fights, then yes, I'll believe that he was targeting certain fighters. But if he does continue to keep an 18 by 18 ring for all of his fights, I'll believe that he just wanted to shrink the ring to make fights how he want to see them. And that's not really how boxing go. You can match make to make for an entertaining fight, but it's not supposed to be for just what, because you tired of seeing Tom and Jerry fights. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. That's too much control, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
And if other promoters are doing it, they're not coming out and being like, you know what? I'm tired of seeing this small ring. They're not doing it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know what let me see. What is the legal size of a boxing ring?
I think it's 18 by 24.
Ring between 16 and 24. It can get big. They wide. Most rings should be at least 18 inches. 18. Okay, yeah, I can look that up. But all right. Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna see. They saying it's not gonna make a difference. So I'm like, then why he's shrinking the ring? But we shall see.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate your 2 cents. Thank you for your
All
2
right,
cents.
thank you for
All
coming
right.
up.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
y'all sub to the channel. I'm gonna put my link in the chat. Appreciate you.
Please do. All right. Get back, 2 cents. Yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to 2 cents. I'm gonna wait till she puts that link in the chat. Okay, cool. Andy Gill said I sent it to your IG about the gloves with Bug. Thank you, Andy Gill. And my guy says boxer does Fugazi shit. Also, boxer cries when people keep it real about Fugazi shit. Smaller ring won't make a difference for skilled fighters. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't care. I mean, if it's 18 by 18, I mean, I don't think you should be playing around with ring sizes and all that stuff because you're throwing off the game, bro. But it is what it is, man. Much love to people in the Cash App. Thank you for keeping the channel going. And we almost got to 3 hours today. My goal is to do 3-hour live streams now. Alan O. Sostan, thank you so much. Says salute. Thank you, Alan Sostan. Appreciate you, brother, so much for that support with the big holler. Turkey tried to kill the Ali Act. He's not really for fighters. Yeah, he's trying to kill the Ali Act. He can't kill that, man. That's so silly. They have so much stuff going on in the United States right now. The idea. Thank you so much, Alan. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and in the Cash App. It really makes a big difference to the channel. For real, it does. And thank you for everybody knowing that I'm going on at 8 a.m. I'm back to 8 a.m. I'll be back at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern. I much prefer this time frame because it allows me to do a longer show, which is what I really want to do. So if anybody want to get up here and chop it up for a few more minutes, I'll be here. But I did not realize. Let me go to Instagram. Somebody said they sent it to me. Instagram. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Cole? Hey, Cole the Comic. What up, man?
What's good, my guy?
I'm good, brother. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What up?
Man, been busy, comedy life, doing my podcast and everything, trying to catch up with you.
Yeah, that's a keep on, man. I'm trying to stay up. So
you up. You all right.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, how
you jumped. How was my Father's Day? It was cool.
Okay. That's dope.
My kids said, "What's up?" We had some pot roast, so it was good. My mother made me a big pot roast.
Yeah. They try to run they say the best day in the world, Bill Haney out of town. What's up with Bill and the crew, man? 140 got interesting. I'm gonna just talk about this real quick. Shout out to Richardson Hitchens, man. He just made 140 real interesting. So him and Tiafimo need to get that out the way. He not ready for Gary Antoine. He the king of 140 right now. So he can get up there and build it up. But he looked good. I don't think Shaq want that smoke with Hitchens. But him and Keyshawn at 140 be definitely a great fight. I hope Keyshawn get his stuff together, man. He let that hood that gangster come out in him and he messed up his night. But boxing is really changing fast now. So I hope EJ come back. It's gonna be a surprise with the Tank of Roach fight, and it's just looking beautiful. I like boxing, man.
Yeah, it's getting there, man, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy we got Jamal back. Jamel said he coming back.
Yeah.
We just saw
boxing don't run right unless Uncle Al in the building.
Yeah, exactly, man. They need it right, man. They got to get Uncle Al back in there, man.
Yeah. But you've been preaching this for the last few months about Turkey out of Sheik and it's getting exposed, and it go for people that don't understand the business side of boxing. People think just flashy lights and everything. When you see how a person runs their business and see that they losing more money than they taking in, when you got a undisputed heavyweight fight and they got to move the venue to a small venue, that go to show, and that's in his country. So, and then you throw a raggedy fight down in the middle of Times Square, like, the fans can't support the fighters. Really, to me, I don't think they wasn't coming to fight. They just wasn't comfortable. I think it was the comfortability thing about that situation in New York. It was new, but like I said, Turkey bad for boxing because he's burning up all the superstar names, trying to match them all up together. And boxing was never like that. Both of y'all run through the weight class and meet up at the top, man. And we not gonna get too many great build-up matchups like Earl Spence and Bud was supposed to be. Canelo and Bud just is a lot of his shows, I can say, are looking novelty. He just taking the best names over here, but what is it doing for those guys' careers? And for now, you always say that, are they really getting paid or is they getting paid in crypto, bro? What is they get?
They talk a lot about crypto, don't they?
Come on, homie.
They sure do talk a lot about crypto.
If he had all that money, wouldn't he have been tank 2 Ferraris? That ain't nothing. If you got all that money, bro, you done burnt $60 million in the last couple years?
60 million, man. That man probably blew 60 million in that last fight.
Oh yeah, you right.
You know what I mean? He probably blew 60 million then.
Yeah.
You know how much money it must cost to get Times Square? Like you're gonna rent out a private party in Times Square,
man.
Have ring. Did you see the ring card boys?
Yeah, I seen the ring. He had to bring boys. I ain't never seen that in boxing. Boxing is over, homie. I don't never want to see that again, Slim. How did they let him slide on that? Nah, man, Ryan Garcia said he pulled up in the old the 1964 limo. Said the joint was smoking in the limo, and he said it had the old ring phone. He had to call the joint like, man, I'm late. I said, God damn, he did them dirty. They had to buy their own rooms. He couldn't even get them an Airbnb and nothing. Dirty.
Man, you know how? Hey, you know why? Because you know how expensive hotel rooms are in Manhattan.
In New York. Yeah, I was just up there.
They right there in Manhattan. They've got to have to take the train in. These niggas got to take the train in from the Bronx.
Yeah. They said Brody rode in on the 6'4". They said Devin and his father rode in on a horse and carriage. It was a shit show in New York, man.
Meanwhile,
nobody want to touch nobody. So, but that fight is what with Canelo, to be honest, and you the face of boxing on the next day, and then you didn't go in there and perform against a William Skull. That go to show why Bud is in a rush to go fight this dude, because he know this dude feet gone, bro. He's 70 fights in. He is burnt out. He is not gonna pick no significant fight to fight no Charlo, no Benavidez. He gonna sit around 168, try to babysit them belts, and know it ain't no real nobody that could put no press on him to do no fights. Canelo got to point the finger basically like Floyd was. You in a position where I'm gonna make you rich. I don't have to fight for no glory and no belts and nothing like that. So he can hold, weight classes hostage. And that's what's bad for boxing, and him to be the face of boxing. Like I said, to me, Canelo is the face of boxing. Tank is the young face of boxing, and if you want to say it, Bud is the underdog face of boxing. Bud is never gonna get the accolades he want from boxing while he boxing. And granted, like this, millions of people love Bud Crawford, but what he want, what Earl Spence get, what Tank get, that type of love, different fighters get, he's never gonna get that in boxing, and he gonna need people like Turkey to feed his ego and people around to feed his ego. He could just shut the fuck up like Marvin Hagler and be a great fighter, bro. Marvin figured it out early, like, damn, they ain't gonna let me. Bernard Hopkins, they gonna figure it out. I got all the skills in the world. They love Roy Jones. What can I do? He in that type of position, so he got to figure out a way to just enjoy boxing before he don't walk away from boxing hating the game. You got some of the top fighters, and Bivol didn't lie. I watch him as a practitioner of boxing. I've loved boxing from a child, but Bud need to be in the book of boxing. He does show every skill that you need to show in the ring for every scenario and situation. He's that smart, but it makes him arrogant at the same time. So, you know, that's what he holds back from the game. He picking now young fighters like Shaq and them, but they got bad attitudes now being around him. I don't think he encourages them like that, but he gives them a little sense of, man, I be with Bud Crawford, fuck all that. And these dudes is not established yet. Yeah, they got names and everything, but they are shocking them not superstars yet. They still in tank shadows to me. They still got something to prove. How does Shaq got all these belts and who the fuck did he fight? Who? People walked out your fight, bruh. Keyshawn packed the fucking house. Your little brother packed the house and didn't even get the fight. And make it make sense. So it's a funny game, you know. I just hope Turkey, you know, man, one thing about boxing and the sport of boxing, it's the only freelance entertainment field we have that you can be a bum off the street. If you can knock a motherfucker out, they will shave your ass up and put you in the ring and make some money off your. They don't care if you can sing. It's thousands and millions of singers on corners. You will never hear their album. Tap dances without boxing is pretty much one of the only things you could do coming out of jail. Anything, if you get great at it, they will put you on the map. So, you know, they got to understand that this is a gift they got. And I wish a lot of them, especially our black fighters, you know, have better characters. You know, it's character issues with these guys. It's really nothing in the ring you can, you know, chip at their skills. Yeah, they win, they lose, that come with the game. But to make fans and build a career is that you got to be likable, for real, to be honest. And a lot of them are some assholes. For a lot of them to let Tio to sit up here and say what he want to say, I don't pull up on this dude. Come on, man. I'll be quick, man. Fuck the ring, nigga. Why is you disrespecting, especially Bud? Nigga, you a champion. And then you see the dude, oh yeah, he know what's up. It's like you condoning the shit.
He did condone it, and Tio turned around and called him a nigga.
A nigga. Him and the father. Slim sounded like a lawnmower.
Hey, real quick before I forget, Vidal Williams, man, thank you for the huge $25 holler, brother. Says, thanks for the content, brother. Vidal Williams, thank you for the $25 holler, brother. Thank you for supporting the channel, bro. If y'all don't know, times is tough out here on YouTube, bro. So your contributions really do matter. So thank y'all very, very much, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, nah, I'm just trying to sum it all up, but we've been having some great fights coming up. I mean, this year, I can't even lie. You know, shout out to Charlo. Big Charlo came back, you know, with that jab strong and put in there. He brought the jab back to boxing, how we knew it. Simple, pick up the pace. I still got to shout out Keith Thurman. You know, I've been shitting on Keith Thurman for years. For him to come out looking good like that, I love to see Earl and Keith together, man. That'll be a perfect fight. Earl need to just suck it up and say, man, let bygones be bygones, because that can cut the ties on your ego, Earl. And he ain't do nothing. He ain't smack your mother or say nothing bad about your kids to really not want to fight him. I mean, you know, he didn't want to fight you, nigga. You was the man. You was coming. He got out the way. I don't blame him. So, yeah.
Well, all right, well, I appreciate you, Cole. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate you, brother.
I'm
anytime, bro.
You a little harder too, man. Shout out to the family, man. Keep it going.
All right, bro. For sure. Get back. Right. Appreciate you, brother. Always good to talk to you, man. That's my Instagram buddy, man. He be sending me the Instagram. He be sending me the stuff on Instagram, bro. Them room is small. What is that? Tank already got a Ferrari. Facts. That shit wasn't gangster. That shit was foolish. What was gangster? Beer one said, Martin, I think when I was younger, I wasn't into basketball. I could, if I wasn't Martin, I think when I was younger and I wasn't into basketball, I could have been a boxer. Yeah, I think I would have been a pretty decent boxer. I think I would have been a good boxer, but I ain't the type of person who's been wading in there throwing bombs for no good reason either. You know what I mean? I'd probably be, if I was boxing, I'd be a Devin Haney weight bully, bro. I'd be 6'2". I'd be 6'2" with a 76-inch reach, fighting at 140. That's gonna be me. You know what I mean? I'm a weight bully, you Negroes. If I got to fight, but nah, them shits ain't gangster. And make sure y'all go subscribe to 2 Cent. Y'all sub to 2 Cent. Please go sub to 2 Cent so she can get that monetization going on, man. But look, thank y'all so much for chopping it up with me today, man. I'm finna get up out of here. I am gonna start doing 3-hour streams again. So I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Come check me out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. 8 a.m.